And we're live.
Hello,
Hello.
people of the interwebs.
I love that.
Hello, everyone.
Miller, your screen was completely eaten by Discord. It was like they were basically sucking out your soul.
Oh no.
Man. Things that suck. It's sucky and just suck. But not to me. I hope. Maybe? What? As I'm losing myself in this tangent, like getting sucked into the void. It's been a couple weeks, my friends. And oh boy, am I excited for tonight's session.
Same. I can't wait for the Big Top show.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool to see what you do for that.
Mm-hmm. Not just
Unlike
for
the
show,
last time we were in a,
Oh,
the
yeah.
last time we were in a big top, I don't think we're gonna have a combat.
Hopefully not.
Look, separated kids. I don't. Yeah, you should be fine.
I make no promises.
I make no promises.
So, also not making promises.
I'm gonna point out, by the way, I still listen to Drago on I think on Friday we were playing, or Thursday we're playing Kingdom Hearts. Like, I love how Rhodey was just like, "No, I'm fucking done. You need to be like, you just need to come over with me." Like, it's very apparent that both Predacast and Rhodey are gonna be like the group dads.
Yeah, honestly.
Why would you put an antisocial, violent sociopath in a position of responsibility?
Why would you put a rogue in any responsibility?
Don't worry, Sadaros, the chaotic child that's getting everybody drunk.
Look, do you trust any of us, aside from you two, to be the parent in this situation?
The fact that it is both me and Burnout is actually what makes it funnier, honestly.
Yeah. You two are the most responsible character-wise.
This is why I made sure I was never the leader type in any of my other sessions. Listen, Enoch is tired. He just wants to raise his pumpkin child. Instead, he has to be a general in a war and also apparently woo a princess. And I just want to be an angry undead guy.
Yeah, speaking of Chult, Greg, you want to tell him what you proposed to me in terms of me coming back as Zeno?
I'd like to keep that a little secret, but I guess I could reveal some stuff. There may or may not be some guest appearances in my next Friday campaign of certain characters from a certain series. I am 100% certain that Enoch would not want any part of going to Barovia after everything.
No!
Oh.
There is no universe where Dan would go, "Hey, Enoch, I know you're comfortable, but want to go fight a vampire?"
Until we were drawn into a snake war and he was involved with a princess, Enoch's plan was to find buy land with the shit ton of money that we have, make a teleportation circle to Cholt, raise his pumpkin son, and on the way from the teleportation circle to the farm is just a leading number of Zeno, if this is you, you will die if you reach this front door.
I would say, because, like, my headcanon, I believe Dan would leave Clay with Enoch while he went on his mysterious adventure to Barovia, because he doesn't want to bring his son there. Because that just seems like you are the most responsible person I know. Which is interesting.
I mean, it would be, in tiers of the responsibility of the party, it was Enoch, Tyrant's Bane, Rue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's only because you had practice with our little pumpkin boy.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was like, if I bring him back, that's also going to be interesting. The fact that I'm also going to be a player in the in the new next campaign.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like, huh? How do I do both of these characters?
Well, with that out of the way, how about we start going around the horn? Milla, do you want to start us off?
Yes. Hello. I'm Mil Ninja. I am your gracious DM, as well as play the role of every other character in the series. When you can't find me here with these lovely goons, you can also find me on the Bernie Bird site, Mil Ninja Nerd. Sometimes on Twitch at Mil Ninja. Blue Sky. I need to do something with that again because I've just been so busy on my end. Also, every other Tuesday night at twitch.tv/thejake, where we're going to play through Trials of Eidos Legacy of the Deal Breakers Volume 2. The party has wandered their way up a river and entered the domain of a naiad, as well as run into an old contact of theirs who has taken shelter in this shelter. As they convene with the druid and the naiad of the waters, what other secrets shall they reveal as they explore further? Tune in then and find out. And that's it for me. If I hope to pass the buck, Chaco, go.
Sorry, you caught me in the middle of eating. Hello, I'm Chaco. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, and Blue Sky, Choco Zombie 101. You can find me here on Tuesdays, twitch.tv/Burnout Vaughn for The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, aka Phase of Our Lives. Early on Tuesdays, schedule pending, you find myself and DeLuna. Sorry. On twitch.tv/TwitchPerson for Power Rangers Cyber Strike, our Power Rangers tabletop RPG campaign. Coming soon on Fridays, you can find me over on twitch.tv/Draco_Magnus as we head into Curse of Strahd and Barovia. I won't tell you what I'll be playing. I'll leave that for a secret when that happens. Draco, go.
Hey, you can find me on the Bird site as at the Magnus. You can find me here on Twitch at Draco_Magnus. And you can find me on the Butterfly site as Draco Magnus. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays. Monday, I stream Crosscode: A New Home, which I won't go too deep into it, but last time I played, I fought a meerkat Doc Brown in a DeLorean with Molotov cocktails, so that was fucking wild. Maybe come by and experience that. Tuesdays, when we're not here, I do party games. Wednesdays, I do Wind Waker HD. Thursday, you can catch me and DeLuna doing Kingdom Hearts 3. And on Fridays, you can catch myself and a whole bunch of other folks as we do our campaign, Odyssey, A Rhapsody of Fire. Our heroes are at the apocalypse, and they've got 3 more Nether Titans to take down. There's the Nether Dragon, the Kraken, and the Tarask. See how our heroes deal with these incredibly massive threats. But that does it for me. Caitlin, catch!
Oh boy, hello, I'm Caitlin C37. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Blue Sky. Caitlin C37, where I do art. Commissions are open, so if people want stuff, you can find it there. A Hoshi, take.
Okay. Hi, I'm Roy Hoshi. You can find me here on Twitch and on Blue Sky. And you can also find me on Draco's channel on Fridays. I just woke up. My brain's not working.
Oh no.
Galuda, go.
Oh my god, 13. As Chaco and Draco said, you'll find me mostly on other people's stuff, but you'll find me on Twitter at Delona1338. Find me on Blue Sky, Twitch, and YouTube at Delona13. We like Draco said, we just started Kingdom Hearts 3 on his channel. I am very happy that we're finally at that place or at that game, because it's gonna be fun to watch this over again, because I actually just recently played it again for myself. I'm like, God, this game's a lot better than I remember it being. But let's see. Apologies for us not having a Power Rangers Cyber Strike this morning. Unfortunately, our DM fell asleep and was not in a good headspace after he woke up.
Oof.
So that's why. But like Draco mentioned, like Draco and I mentioned earlier, like he's doing a new campaign in I think he said a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, give or take. Depends on how long it takes them to fight those 3 massive threats and what comes after.
I mean,
And I am actually going to be a main character in that. I'm excited about that one because who I'm playing actually ties in. There's also another tie-in to the previous the Hagna campaign. So, yay that! Let's see who's left. Burnout, is it you left?
Yep.
All right, there it is.
Hey,
I just politely hand you it.
Hey, you already found me here at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Blue Sky, at Burnout Vaughn, and you can find me over on Patreon at Burnout's Bar, where eventually I'll be able to afford to have more rewards for the people who actually up there. I was gonna have rewards, and then I found out next week, and I have to go harass Bosco in person.
Oh boy.
Yes. I may actually have an entire commission based on if I get him to sign up one of his prints for the person who's doing the work. So yeah.
Twitch.tv/EdwardBosco.
do it.
But yeah, aside from that, coming up the rest of this week, we don't have too much. We mostly just have our Strixhaven game, which is Saved by the Spell, where we had character drama, and now I have stolen the rights to an abandoned warehouse that I now have to fit for several animals, including a baby gold dragon. I also have to build up a science lab in there. Check to see if the sewers are still, like, booby-trapped with grenades. It's going to be a whole time. And that's just on my end. Aside from that, next Monday, again, more Wizard Sibs Plays, where we're going to be doing separate ways from Resident Evil 4. Then we will have No Love War Extra, where we have turned the supercomputer that is the moon into a Wendy's, and we are giving everyone therapy. And it's terrible. And
That was a sentence and a half.
Yeah, go back. Yeah, go watch. Listen, dude. Fate Extra in general is bullshit. Fate Extra CCC is them just going bet and then handing their beer.
I feel like the Fate series in general is bullshit.
I literally, to give someone emotional closure, had to call them a capitalist bitch. Moving on from there. Then we will have yet another episode of Those Who Wander, where we're finally at the Domain of Dread that we actually were planning to from the very start, but it only just took us 3 sessions of being in the carnival, and then being killed by a death cult as soon as we got to the Domain of Dread that we're supposed to be in, which we don't even know the name of, so I'm not going to say. But hey, you might want to come out there. There's been a lot of already bloodshed. Like, it's surprising how much bloodshed was at the carnival, and then in the other place. You should really check it out. But aside from that, I think it's time for us to go. So, Miller, will you do the honors?
Certainly. Knock, knock, knock.
Carnival's a bloodshed. I don't know what you're talking about.
Thankfully, acts like that typically don't happen within the bounds of this game yet. But come on and all to tonight's episode of Phase of Our Lives, a while beyond the Witchlight campaign. Where last we left our guests who had visited the carnival, Vexa, Rudy, Duff, Predicates, Sola, and Sandara. The party had separated temporarily from the bubbles of the Bubble Pop Teapot. As Rudy landed near Calliope, he graciously donated a button to a monkey that was turning the crank. Meanwhile, the rest of the party eventually met up at the Dragonfly rides, where, upon recognizing Silver, or Northwind, and as they began to embark on the titular Dragonfly rides, one Dragonfly had been spooked by seemingly a woman that ran in the opposite direction. The party succeeded in saving the blue-bearded dwarf, who would have taken a nasty tumble otherwise, but they then learned through deduction that apparently a Kenku was stirring trouble within the carnival. What were her intentions for doing so? The party was not quite sure as they attempted to track her down, eventually finding their way towards the feasting orchard and the carousel. Decided to take a detour in order to partake in some tasty pastries, and enduring lots and lots of custard damage, Duff eventually came out on top as he was able to supplement his pastry eating with copious amounts of tea. And also the rest of the party meeting up with let me just double check my notes. God, what was her name? God, I'm already faltering on my notes. I know I need to get back to writing this stuff again.
What is a note?
Yes, a miserable pile of secrets that are just public.
Indeed.
Sometimes.
They met with Diana, who was running the carousel. In an effort to try and secretly help our guests, she invited them to paint some missing names that were on the various unicorns that were during the carousel. Upon getting a free ride as a reward, they were also rewarded with information based on who had their various lost items, as well as where these 3 hags supposedly were living, and a supposed weakness that each of them had shared. With this new information in tow, they continued their way around and eventually found themselves towards the big top, where they entered to begin the midnight big top extravaganza. What will the show entail for our guests? Will they get a chance to meet with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light to see if they are able to suss out what exactly brought them here in the first place, as well as finding their mysterious items? As the sand falls through the hourglass, so too will continue this episode of Phase of Our Lives.
God damn it! Now you have that theme song stuck in my head. I have not heard that song in over 20 years. How do I remember it?
Things just stick with you, man.
So, to set the scene once more, the lights dim and the hush falls over the crowd. A second later, a spotlight illuminates a lithe elven figure sitting in a silver hoop, suspended above the center ring by silk ropes. The elf wears a dazzling suit of diamond-painted mirrors and a pair of butterfly wings. His scepter is topped with a spinning vane. Welcome, one and all, to this evening's extravaganza! I am Mr. Light. Prepare to be delighted! And the lights immediately go to black. As after a split second, the lights illuminate the center stage. And they then illuminate this individual.
I also just realized something. People having dark vision ruins so much of theater.
Yeah.
By the way, we have we're still in the intro. There we are.
I was just about to switch it. There you go.
Thank you.
The light falls, and in the center of the arena is this individual.
Well, look at that boy.
Barely.
Aw.
He thick!
Bird.
He's a thick old boy!
Beat me to it.
You
He a
see,
phone boy.
I can't believe they scalped Wick.
Oh my god, no!
Well, better Wick than the other children at this point.
It's true.
Yeah, fair.
Thanks, Caitlin. I hate it.
You're welcome.
We all went from, oh, look at the boy. Oh, no.
so you see before you a rather large and burly-looking bugbear with blue dungarees and a carved pumpkin for a helmet. And you see that right next to him are a various assortment of weights, as well as a bear. And as you kind of looks over, he just kind of looks forward. He gives you a courteous bow. And then you see him walk over towards the bear. Pet him gently first. There, it's all right. Oh, I think you got something underneath ya. And you just see him bend down. And with a feverish groan and grunt of exertion, he manages to lift this bear off the floor with both hands in the air. And
Does
the
the-
crowd begins to roar in laughter.
Does the bear
or
say anything?
erupt in laughter. The bear just looks confused at this point. It doesn't say anything.
I have to keep you on your toes. We have unlimited, like, beast speech.
Right?
Is there
Between
a
me and
table
Patrick.
nearby?
What was that, Vexa?
I was just being stupid. I was gonna say, now, is there a table nearby? Nearby him. Never mind.
I get it. Burley! What? Get the tables! Anyway, you see him as he exerts the bear over his head. You actually see him lift him over, and you actually see him hold the barrel off with one arm. His arm is twitching because of, how much he has to exert this, and the crowd begins to applaud once more. And then he manages to catch the bear with his other hand and then gently place it back on the ground. And he also has a massive set of weights. As he kind of looks at it, he manages to pull off an impressive deadlift over his head. He flips it over, and he kind of does the thing where he lifts it up over his head, tosses it, catches the other side of the dumbbells with the other. Just going back and forth, and the crowd just kind of applauds that as well.
Damn, that's impressive.
And
Had
you
to do
see,
better.
and you also see, at this point, a rather large-looking creature, with a massive nose? Question mark? And giant flapping ears? If anybody wants to roll nature, go ahead.
Oh boy.
I might as well. I gave up survival for this.
I'm not good at it, but I'll give it a shot.
Natural 20.
24.
Alright. Sola, Predicats, Dump. You don't
Let's
recognize
see,
this
1 sec.
creature. Oh,
Sorry, this wasn't loading. 17.
and Rudy, you don't recognize this creature as an elephant. Admittedly, it is a younger elephant, but you just kind of see him walk over to his table, and he grabs a rope, and he just kind of looks over. Here, hold this, and he just kind of twirls the one end of the rope. The elephant just kind of looks out and grabs it with his trunk, and then Burley just kind of walks over. He kind of does the hype man thing where he just kind of claps his hands over his head. Come on! And everybody starts clapping along. And then he'll take his hands on the rope, and he starts to play tug of war with this elephant to see if he can move it. Gives it one good pull, kind of slips a little bit, kind of places it up for laughs. And then he'll go again. And the elephant, despite its best efforts to hold on, is eventually pulled across. And the crowd begins to erupt in generous applause.
Above game, we haven't left the starter hub and we're already watching a character with 20 strength.
Yep.
But it's also a baby elephant.
All right. And he gives a gorgeous bow and says, "Thank you, thank you." And you see the lights go dim, and everybody with dark vision sees him kind of exit the stage. And you start to see a large cauldron or something on wheels get wheeled onto the stage. And then the lights flicker on. And you see a glass bowl that is in the center of the arena. And inside is... I have to grab her name again. A creature you actually recognize, Vexa.
Oh.
There it is. This.
Ooh.
Ooh, she pretty.
It's a mermaid.
Was that the mermaid that was getting harassed earlier for for her music?
It certainly would seem like it. As she begins to perform a song, and as she does, now that you're closer, you kind of get a better glance of it. From the water that's in her bowl, you see various, like, floating globs of water pop out, and they start to encircle around her. And you see as her musical portion continues that these globs form various shapes. Sometimes of fluttering birds, sometimes of dancing waves floating through the air. And at one point, they coalesce together, and it seems like they form a pair of humanoids, and they begin to dance a waltz around the bowl.
Duzka would be impressed and also gauging the crowd reaction considering how she was treated previously. Matter of fact, can I make a perception check to see if those people who were harassing her earlier are in this big top?
Go ahead and make a perception check, sure.
14.
14. You do recognize an odd person here or there from when you made your pass past the Silversong Lake. If from what you're able to hear, it doesn't sound like or seem like there are any of the people that were heckling her. And it seems like everybody else, as you're looking at it there, obviously if they're all by the performance, it's kind of hard for them to contain how excited they are without, breaking the silence and being rude to her. And as her musical portion comes to an end, you just hear a grand applause. Quite a few people even stand and applaud her, and you see her just... Her mood seemingly was, rather somber, given her musical number, but you just kind of see her mood pick up quite a bit as she just kind of looks over, and she'll do a leaping jump out of her bowl and then splash back in, and then she'll prop herself up above the bowl and just kind of wave at everybody as the lights go dim.
I have a question.
Everyone... Yes.
How was she compared to the, I want to say it was a halfling that we met last session who was playing the guitar?
Let's see. The gnome that you saw, she basically more or less played her lute more than she did her singing. So,
You need to understand these are the only two times that Predicats has heard any form of music.
I think... Let's see, I just rolled a performance for her, and wow. That was pretty much the best performance of any sort of music you've seen thus far in here. She rolled a natural 20 on her performance.
Then I will say that
Hell yeah.
Predicats, without noticing it, was tapping to the beat.
I think Dump was watching with childlike wonder the entire time. It's probably one of the people that stood up and clapped.
Solo was absolutely one of the people who stood up and clapped.
Rhodey as well. Like he enjoys a good performance.
Duzka will
So
just
not
let
as
her...
well.
Setsuko would just mutter under her breath in Elvish. Oh, it seems that they were in the minority.
What are you all doing?
What do you mean? It's a standing ovation.
Yes, when you really enjoy a performance, you stand up and you clap.
It's a sign of respect.
Prairie Cots will very much do the stand up, just two, and then sit down.
A
Clap and
fair
a
bit
half.
of applause. I appreciate it. And as her bowl gets wheeled off of the stage, you see another. Those with dark vision will see another figure wander into the center stage.
I think at this point, isn't the only person who doesn't have dark vision Rhodey?
Yep.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Kenkus, we don't have that much.
Hey, at least you don't have to speak just repeating everything.
True.
I did that on purpose, honestly. Like, I could have just done this as the standard. He has to mimic everything, but that's not fun.
All right. And as the lights light the center of the stage, you see this individual.
I hate it, but I fuck with that color scheme.
Yes, you see a human man dressed in rather muted greens with loose fairy-inspired clothing, and you see as he has a basket kind of around his left arm, as he just kind of looks over it. What's odd is that he doesn't speak. He basically walks around the arena, basically the entire time he's miming out, he ponders for a little bit. He sees a little child, and he'll just kind of run up to him and just begin to play like little miming games with them. Basically
Sorry,
like charades.
I'm sorry, but above game, I just put in memes when I immediately saw when I saw this man. The
Yeah.
first thought I came to my mind was the SpongeBob hanging from the roof gif.
About right.
Meanwhile, I'm putting call text chat. Oh, they don't have a full GIF for us. I have to just go with the. I have to go with the next closest thing. But if anyone's ever heard the phrase "kill Jester,"
I was gonna say that dude looks super baked in that picture.
Yeah.
All right, so that man continues on for a little bit, and then the lights go dim, and when the lights come back on next, you see, for better lack of term, a group of 5 fairy dragons. And you hear music begin to kind of permeate through the hall as they begin to do a synchronized flight sequence. So imagine if fairy dragons were a bunch of ribbon twirlers, like you see in the Olympic Games.
Ooh.
And you see them do spirals and corkscrews and somersaults and various other maneuvers as they continue on with their number.
It's the
And-
it's the Fey version of the Blue Thunderbirds.
Right, or the Blue Angels. And as that number continues, you see various other performers. You see a pair of acrobats fly back and forth on the trapeze overhead, and you see them dart around as a pair of fire breathers just unleash gouts of flames from their mouths. And you also see them dart between a pair of clouds that are juggling pins back and forth between each other. And it all finishes in a proper climax as all the performers will stop as everybody stands up in the big top and gives a proper standing ovation.
Delayed reaction. Predicott stand up. 2 claps. Sit down.
And as the mood dies down, you see descending from the rafters again this man, which I will have to grab his picture.
That's fine. I can at least get rid of the last 3 now.
You said descending from the raptors, and my first thought was, oh my god, it's Sting.
Nope.
No, it's Joker Sting. Look at his makeup.
Got a point.
Oh, what a wonderful round of performances! Give it up once more for our glorious performers! Burley, Pavala, Balasha, Candlefoot, and our various troop of fairy dragons, and all of our other performers. Give them a round of applause! And you see as he'll prop the vane that he's carrying around, and he'll give a very generous golf clap.
Predicott stands up, does 2 claps, sits down.
Dump will stand, giving a round of applause, couple whistles.
Yep, same.
Same.
Does
Well
Cooper
done,
golf
well
clap.
done indeed. As he looks over to the crowd, he'll just say, as is tradition with our big top extravaganza, obviously we have very talented performers here. Would anyone like to volunteer and perhaps put on a show for themselves? He'll just kind of look
I
over
raised
for
my hand.
Oh,
I raised my hand.
I think Dom will also raise his hand.
Rather astute volunteers, please come forward to the stage. What would you like to perform for us? As he leans in towards all of you.
Sola just kind of takes out her violin and she does like a very quick example ditty. I have music.
Dom will pull out his lute. I'm not quite as good as Miss Sola here, but I'm pretty handy with this lute myself.
All right. Who else wants to hop in on this little ditty?
I do.
All right. So, let me know what you want to do for what you're doing if you're not playing instruments, and this is gonna be a group performance check.
I do want to ask one thing. Over the course of from the bubbles to now, has it been an hour?
This will be getting pretty close to, for the course of the show itself, it's almost an hour that you've been inside the big top.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about that. I was just talking about the light activity we were doing before because, hi, Warlock.
Ah, yes. Yeah, I'll say as you're watching the show, you will gain the benefits of a short rest.
Donka, all I needed was my spell slots back.
Alright.
Zendara will probably do some acrobatic stuff or some strong woman shit.
I think Dom will follow Sala's lead since she's the bard with more experience. Just do backup chords on the lute.
All right, Rudy, Vexa, where you wanting to contribute?
No, Rhodey's just. He's literally like, he has a snack, he's just enjoying it.
All right. Go ahead and give me a group performance check then.
Alright.
Oh, got a 12.
Oh, I got. Do we get advantage since it's a group? No. Oh, they're so.
Oh,
Whoa,
no.
At least we're kind of the same, actually.
Eh.
I do the best because I done this growing up.
All this.
I've got a question, Milla. How far away is the crowd from where they are performing?
Let's see. It's probably... Huh, that's actually a very good question, Vaughn. I'll say it's probably within 30 feet.
Okay, well then as they're doing that, they'll see, like in the air about 10 feet above them, they will see a twister of smoke happen to start twirling to the beat. As, boom, 1 second here, I gotta go over to here. I use my Roiling Clouds invocation to cast a dust devil over them, created by smoke.
Okay.
I would say I'm
hmm.
trying to give the help action.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll let everybody roll with advantage then.
Okay.
So do we re-roll or just whatever? we-
Yeah, I'll allow you to reroll. And just take the first one. I'll be nice.
Oh, that's well with advantage. That'd be 18.
I was gonna say, could I just have the advantage from my first one?
Yeah, my first one was better.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been. Let's see. So, let's see. Dots, you're still be 12. Let's see. Solo, what was yours?
24.
13. Oh, no,
24. Okay. Third. All right. You do get some. I'll tell you what. Predicates, throw in a performance check for you as well.
Good thing I have max charisma because of very lucky rolls. I clicked it. It's gonna, you gonna do it anytime soon? Gonna help me out,
You
buddy?
can do it. You can do it.
I'm wiggling
You
my
roll
fingers.
20. There we go.
Yeah, you do manage to get quite a few bits of applause. And between the dancing of the Dust Devil and Solo's lute performing and Dop's flute, as well as tumbling from Sindara, yeah, you do get a pretty decent sized applause. And you see as everybody in the crowd, as you kind of look at Mr. Light, who currently has this vein, you see it begin to spin. And he's like, oh, looks out at Wilderman. He'll just kind of point it towards the crowd, and as he kind of points it towards your guys' general direction, you see him kind of spin up faster. It's like, oh, fantastic! Yes, well done! And, unless anyone else would like to contribute to anything, I think this will be a proper closing of our Big Top Extravaganza. Be sure to return later tonight, where we shall crown our Witchlight Monarch. And you hear a bunch of ooh, erupting from the crowd. Until then, everyone, please continue to have yourselves a wonderful time in the Witchlight Carnival. And you see, as everybody just, the lights come up behind, and everybody begins to start filing out.
Since we're here, Mr. Light.
Oh, at this point, he just continues to walk off.
Ah, heck. Just gonna chase after him.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Mr. Light!
Praedykas just literally starts walking down the bleachers into the big top, just like, nope, we are going to talk to this man.
Hey, that you know, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna follow.
At this point, you do see as he begins to look out, he does kind of stop and talk to the bugbear that was performing earlier, and you see him motion back towards you, and you see him begin to make a beeline as this bugbear will approach you.
Yes.
Okay,
you are way bigger in person. Oh my. Okay. Yeah.
No. Sardara does steps up to him.
Praedykas is walking past Burley.
Oh, hold on. Follow me, he growls. Management wants to see you.
Yes, sir. Well, I don't think we all want any trouble.
Well, that's convenient.
Oh, no. Trust me, it's fine. If he wants to see you, it's a good thing. I believe it is.
First time
No,
in
you
my life
should
I've
be
ever been
all
told
right.
that, but all right, we'll follow you.
I'll trust your judgment.
All right. You see as Burley leads you out towards the back of the tent. You see a tangled wall of thorns surround the cluster of wagons lit by lanterns. The caravan is barely visible through the thicket. as you see him make his way towards it, you see him, so, oh, there's a... You see as he approaches the thicket, as soon as he gets close enough, you see the brambles just part, and you see a nice, decent-sized archway emerge from the thorns. Alright, come on, follow me. As he kind of steps his way through. You only got a minute before that thing closes without me, so come on.
Right away.
Yes, sir, Burley. That's your name, right?
Right. Yeah, Burley's my name.
Certainly. Brody playfully taps his bicep. Certainly live up to it.
Oh, I do, thank you. I really appreciate it when people talk about that, but... Well, brawn's only about half of what I'm capable of these days, and... I just really wish, there's another bigger muscle I usually tend to work, and you just kind of see as he kind of turns back towards you. He points at his temple. I actually do intend to enjoy a good read every now and then.
Well, who doesn't? A good book will make time go by better than anything, right?
Exactly. And as you kind of continue on this conversation, you see... I have to kind of point this up because there's another... where's Legan?
Listen, man, we're about to meet all the people with proper noun names, so you're going to be going through everything.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. The bugbear leads you to a circle of wagons. Leaning against a particularly ostentatious wagon is an aging clown with a painted grin. He puffs on the bubble pipe and glares at you as the bugbear, ignoring the clown, opens the wagon's door and ushers you inside. But yeah, the individual in question is this man.
Oh, I love him. Oh, he looks fantastic.
Oh boy, he's thick.
As a retail worker, I sympathize with his entire posture, but as prey to Cots, he is aggressively puffing his pipe in the other direction.
He's thicker than a Snickers.
I could be wrong, but isn't his name a reference to old D&D? Thaco?
It might be, man. I don't try to get too far into old D&D.
Yeah, I think it's like a score used in old D&D, but I forget which edition of it.
I don't know why my mind just went Animaniacs.
That's fine, though. I'm going to step away for like
Yep.
2 seconds. Be right back.
This
All
man
right.
looks like he drives a taxi for his day job.
Oh, yeah.
That's a very specific but very accurate thing.
All right,
Yeah.
kid, where you going?
As a former Uber driver, I can tell you that this is exactly how I've looked after some of the trips.
I mean, yeah, he's definitely giving off rather melancholy Danny DeVito vibes, not gonna lie.
Hey, I'm driving here.
Congratulations, that's not exactly how I'm going to imagine his voice.
You're welcome.
Look, I'm dressed up for my night job. Can we just move on with the ride, please?
Also back.
Welcome back. Right, and as the bugbear, who has introduced himself as Burley, opens this ostentatious wagon door, you see these two.
I moved the picture just at the right moment. Also, now I feel like we're about to meet the mob.
Yeah? Very mob aura coming from the second man.
A flamboyant elf grins from ear to ear as he welcomes you into the wagon with a theatrical bow. Please come in! It's a delight to meet you all. I am Mr. Light, and this is my associate, Mr. Witch. He gestures to a stocky elf lounging on the bunk. Mr. Witch nods to you and doffs his top hat.
Hello.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I'm
Mr.
sorry, but that man's an elf X to doubt. That man has
Doesn't have-
jowls.
Nowhere in the book says that he has to be a perfectly normal, beautiful elf.
Listen, he loves carnival food. It's where he lives. Of course, he's gonna be a bit stocky.
So
Ah, so nice to finally meet you, everyone. And as he kind of looks towards you, you'll see he'll point towards the scepter in his hand. Ah, my Witchlight vein is very good at picking up emotions upon everyone within this carnival. And I do have to thank you all for all of your efforts that you have done here tonight. Everything that you have done to lighten everyone's mood, in spite of, I've heard of some of the things that have happened. You do have my sincerest gratitude for keeping the spirits and jovial merriment alive.
it's a carnival, right? We're supposed to have fun.
That it is. You hear the burly looking elf towards the back to speak.
I know this all too well often. I grew up in one.
Oh. So, I am rather curious, however. So, what brings you to our lovely carnival?
My mistress, the Bramble Queen, sent for me. This is the first thing she's asked of me since she raised me from the dead.
Is that so?
Yes, and considering this is the Feywild, I would assume that you would find the will of an archfey to be important.
That sounds like something that could have happened back home, now that I think about it. Oh. Well, that's rather noble of you to perform such a task for your patron? Did I hear that correctly?
My mistress, but patron also works.
Yes, very good for her, and what of the rest of you?
I just had a feeling. I'm looking for my handwriting.
Yeah, same. According
As-
to
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll let you guys continue.
yeah, same. According to my patron, he holds up Nest. We thought this might be the best place to look for my smile.
I'm looking for a toy I'm missing. Misplaced it around here some time ago.
And I'm kind of looking for my fashion and a certain thing to help with my father.
Oh. I think I vaguely remember that, don't you, Mr. Witch? Yes, terribly sorry about if you have lost anything. However, we want to ascertain the fact that we are not responsible for any of those losses. Forces
Insight.
are at work on the other side that are entirely beyond our control.
Insight.
The wheels of time turns ever on. What's lost is lost. What's gone is gone.
Insight.
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 Sure.
Oh,
Dang
that's
it.
money on the other side. Damn it.
Damn it!
Ironically,
19!
ironically, the person with the best insight does not give a shit because he doesn't care what he lost.
All the good rolls are on the other side.
Yeah, everyone rolled great on the opposite side except for Vesca.
Okay, I believe you.
I believe you. Oh, where are you at?
These people look like they would never tell a lie.
If you
Man.
can't trust the owners of a carnival, who can you trust?
Above game stares at Hecna.
Sindara stares into the camera.
Let's see. Insight. You guys are. You believe what Mr. Light is saying? However, you suspect that maybe Mr. Witch might be hiding something that he can't necessarily say? He rolled a nat 1 on his for a total of 4. Or actually 5. So actually, Sadara would have missed out on everyone else does.
I figure we all just turn our head and just squint at Mr. Witch.
Sidara just sucking on her sucker. One eye blinks at the other.
Paradicus just sitting here like, am I going to have to hurt somebody?
Oh, there must be a little bit more to why you invited us here.
Invitations? Well, I don't think we extended anything of our own volition, do you, Mr. Witch? No, not at all. Normally, people hear about our carnival firsthand and they simply seek their way towards it.
I was more referring to here right now in this carriage, but yes, that also works.
Well, I simply wish to extend my gratitude for everything you've done for us so far, remember? Especially if I may be in the presence of someone who may very well be the Witchlight Monarch.
What does that entail, actually? Because that did strike some curiosity in me.
Well, the person who tends to contribute the most to the well-being and the merriment of the Witchlight Carnival, as determined by this, as he kind of waves towards the scepter in his hand, will be crowned the Witchlight Monarch. There will be confetti, festive merriment, a parade, a crown given in your honor, as well as a small boon. But it is a way of saying of thanks for everything you've done as we celebrate everything tonight.
Okay, at that point, Paradicus is doing an insight, which I also realized.
Same.
I realized I forgot. I do not have proficiency in insight, so it's not that great, actually.
Yeah, sure, you can incite him.
I do, but I got like +3. But I don't think Dom.
Brody's doing an insight. He's a rogue. He knows all about Apparently not. I was just saying he knows all about bullshitting somebody.
This
He
could
knows
come
all
on, you're
about
better
who was
than
that
this.
over there.
I trust this man wholeheartedly.
Yeah, he
Cigar.
seems genuinely sincere when he's explaining to you how the Witchlight Monarch is picked and crowned.
He was more interested in the boon.
Yeah, he seems honest when it comes to a small boon.
You know, I am curious. Has there ever been like a tie? We are traveling around as a group, so I'm just curious how it shakes out, as it were, for the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch. If there
Well.
were ever.
Mr. Witch will, or Mr. Light will just kind of look in. You actually see him wave the staff, or wave the scepter. It begins to spin, and he kind of points it. He points it at you, Dolph, and you see that it is spinning the fastest when it's pointing at you. And it kind of gives you that smirk. You pick up what I'm laying down, kind of a smirk. If things continue the way they are, I believe you're a guaranteed shoo-in, my friend.
It's wonderful news. His eyes sparkling like anime sparkling, super excited. Have to do my due diligence, continue making as many people happy as possible.
That's the spirit, my friend, and he'll just place a firm hand and pat you on the shoulder. Now, as Mr. Witch will kind of clear his throat a little bit. You see as he's looking down at his watch, and then he'll... Yeah, you see it's a rather intricate-looking pocket watch that's on a chain. And he'll just kind of nod to Mr. Light. Yes, we do have other matters to attend to. Please, Burley, please see our guests back out of the staffing area and allow them to continue enjoying tonight's festivities. You got it, boss. Alright, folks, come follow me.
Thank you for your time.
And you
Mr.
see as
Witch.
Burley will close the door and then begin to usher you guys out of the area.
Well, I didn't quite learn as much as I had hoped through all that.
This boon should be important. I think that is why at least I was brought here.
Well, we did learn one thing interesting I don't think we were necessarily looking for. Apparently, they aren't responsible for our initial invitations. That doesn't tell us exactly who sent them out, but we know it's not the higher-ups here.
Well, about that. As you kind of make their way closer to the side, the exit of the hedge, he kind of pulls you off to the side. And Burley removes his jack-o'-lantern helmet, revealing a worried expression. Bad things have been happening at the carnival for a while. People and things have been going missing. My bosses know more than they're telling, but their hands are tied somehow. You're the first people I've met who might be able to set things right. Witchlight are good guys, but you'll need leverage to make them spill the beans.
I think I know something to do.
Look, if it means trying to be all or sneaky into that type of stuff, that's my expertise.
Well, there's two ways you can kind of go about it. Either your best bet will probably be when the winner of the Witchlight Monarch is crowned. But you see, Mr. Witch and Light, they have no control over who the Monarch will be, but it's always the person who's contributing the most to the happiness. It also gives a charm that lets them fly.
That makes things a lot more interesting for me.
Rudy internally.
Like he actually would be doing that. Like I bet you that's be like, oh please shut up.
So, the best way to the best way to do it is actually with Mr. Witch's Witchlight watch. You saw it when he was looking at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that watch is attached to his waistcoat by a chain, see? So, I think if you use that as your leverage, they might be able to tell you something about it.
Wait, do you mean like... And she just kind of whispers, steal it?
Well, it's not stealing if you give it back, right?
It's just basically tactically acquiring.
Unacknowledged borrowing, some might say.
She kind of purses her lips a little bit, but she doesn't argue.
What if we capture someone who is actively sabotaging the carnival?
There was that Kenku that all those rumors are talking about.
All right. Yeah, that one Kenku that's been causing trouble. I know that's been bothering the bosses too, but...
We tried looking for her for a second, because people were looking at me for that.
And that would be a good place to start if we can find her and try to get something out of her, information or otherwise, and that could lead a long ways.
Well, that might help things out if you're able to stop her from doing what she's been doing, I suppose, but... But yeah, think about my offer, right? If you wanted to, get some extra leverage from the Witchlight watch.
We have much to think on. We will muddle about.
Right. If you do need some help with that, Durlacron, Candlefin, and Palasha might help you. Really, they're good eggs, but stay away from Thaco. He's untrustworthy.
Mm.
Looks up to Thaco and he's just sitting there menacingly.
Yeah, I say you're far enough away. He's still just leaning against the one cart, just blowing his pipe.
And yet, that's who I'm the most curious about. Dang it.
Oh, after a moment, it's kind of funny. You do see Mr. Light kind of step out from the cart a little bit, say some words to Thaco. You see him give you see Thaco give an exacerbated look, and kind of do that eyes roll to the back of his head. Yeah, sure, okay, look, as he kind of walks back towards you guys. Oh. Hey there, guys. The boss just wanted me to give you a nice little extra gift for your efforts. Tell me, what's your favorite animal? And he just kind of... He'll first point towards you, Vexa.
Well, as she kind of motions to her face, well, I am quite fond of spiders and other insects.
Ah, interesting choice. And you just see as he takes out a balloon, he's just kind of stretch it. He'll inflate it, and it just worry with a non-plus face. He'll hand you a. You just see him as he ties up this balloon spider. He'll then take a piece of string, tie the end to the string, and then he'll hold it out towards you.
She will take it.
And what about you, Birdman?
Who do you ask?
You, Rudy.
Oh, I like dogs.
Ah, nice, nice, real easy. I like it. And in a quick flash, he'll wait. You now have a balloon dog.
Oh, cool.
And how about you, Mr. Top Hat?
Well, I'm actually quite partial to mice. He'll lift his hat to show off Dorman sleeping under his head and put his hat back down.
Might be able to do something. He'll, in a flourish, it takes a little bit longer, but he does give you a balloon mouse with wings.
Oh, it's adorable. I love it. Thank you.
And for our lovely Tiefly friend.
No, hold on. I need to be a menace. To pass for just a second.
All right, you need time to think. How about you? And he'll point to you, Sindara.
I doubt you know what my favorite one is. So I'll just say a bat or a spider. Unless you know what a snotchling is.
Nope, never heard of that, but let's make this interesting. He'll inflate his balloon and stretch it, and wrap it up, and he hands you a balloon bat.
She takes it.
Vezka gives Sindara a nod of approval at her mentioning spider.
And what about you? What's your favorite animal? He'll point to you, Pitikets.
Wolf.
Right, easy. Another dog. And he'll just kind of wrap it up. He has you a balloon wolf.
Robotically holds balloon.
Burnout, I was expecting him to say yes.
You need to understand, in my headcanon of stuff that was Predicat's job, fighting demonically possessed animals was part of it. So, it's a loaded question with him.
Honestly, I thought you would say, "This is good."
All right, what about you? And as he points back to you, Sola.
A pangolin.
Pangolin. Let me see if he has heard what a pangolin is.
That is a very interesting balloon animal.
It'd be a very complicated one.
You did not make it easy on the poor man.
Oh. That's interesting. As you just kind of see him reach into his pouch, and you just like, at once he'll stretch like 5 or 6 balloons, and then one by one he'll blow each of the balloons up and squeak, squeak, turn, and he kind of does the thing where he'll take like 1 or 2 balloons and kind of weave them back and forth to kind of make them look like the scales on the back, and then he'll take another one in order to make the front legs. And then he'll take another one to kind of make the back legs, and then attached to that, he'll take one final balloon, and he'll use that to kind of make the tail for the back. There you are, one pangolin.
Sir, you are extremely talented.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I'm impressed.
Alright, now I gotta go back. Hope you have fun or whatever, as he just kind of makes his way back into the staffing area.
I also love that none of us would know above game, like in game, but above game, this man breathes helium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, these balloons are floating. They have a string. So,
Yeah.
My mind did not go there.
Well, it's a good. I hope he doesn't ever stand near any fires, because that could be
That-
absolutely horrific.
that's why he has a bubble
That's
pipe.
hydrogen.
That's a good point.
That suit is flame retardant.
All right, well, we head outside. Well, I have 2 options. One is, I would say, pointless, but I will attempt it. The other is find this Kinku.
Well. I feel like finding the Kenku might not be a bad idea, because that would force us to go around the carnival a little bit more. Maybe spread a little bit more happiness and cheer. She says that she just kind of like grabs whoever is next to her and just pulls them close for a moment. And that way we can gain some happiness points at the same time to potentially become the Monarch.
And Sundara was pat Sola's head, and you could probably get over your fears of pixies.
She kind of goes stiff for a moment. She's like, maybe. Totally. Sure.
Not really.
I mean, something we could approach at some point while we're looking around. Or not.
You know what? Here's one thing we also can do. Before you were trying to go onto that swan ride, I do owe that swan an apology for yelling at him. God, those are weird words.
Also explore, like, the more lower half of the carnival at some point. There's still the mystery mine in the Hall of Illusions we haven't touched.
Remind me. Did we... I don't think we did. Did we piece together that there's potentially disguised shenanigans going on, or did we fail that?
I think we did.
Well, either way. I'm
I
not
would-
gonna lie, the Hall of Illusions sounds fun.
I would just say, for any any birds or other animals that, seem like they'd be running betwixt the carnival, as we are moving to whatever areas we are going to, Predicats will be talking to these animals and occasionally just grabbing Rhodey by his lapel, bring them over and being like, If you see someone that looks like this, tell me where they are.
How many times are we gonna go through this? I'm a roadrunner, not a fucking raven.
To other birds, you look the same. As he points to like a robin he was
Okay.
just talking to.
Okay, that's terribly racist. He actually tells that to the raven.
That make Robin or
Predacats is looking at you with a complete look of I don't care.
No, like it's funny. Like I said, like he tells this to the raven. I want to imagine the raven's like, yeah, well, whatever. Like,
But yeah, so basically, anytime he sees an animal, he's doing the exact same thing of grab Rhodey, find someone who looks like this, come find me. So, where are we going?
so above game. It seems like the swans go all around the entirety of the park. We could go that way and get like a sort of tour and look around for clues that way. Or we could just go to one of the other attractions, see if there are any clues around it.
Oh, also, I totally forgot the other thing I was gonna do. So, Milla, anytime, Predacott sees an unbloomed flower or, like, something like that, he's literally just gonna cast Druidcraft at it to make it bloom and make, things prettier. That's his way of making things happy.
Aw.
Okay. Cool. Alright, so it sounds like you guys have a couple things you want to do. So Gondola Swans, Hall of Illusions, Mystery Mine. Look for the Kenku. What do you guys want to tackle first?
I say the
Well-
swans, because then that way we can get a good view of everywhere.
Yeah, I think that's probably the smartest play if we're gonna try and look for this Kenku.
Well, here's my other question. How long did the swans guesstimated take to make its round?
The Swan said when you were going to leave, it would take an hour to circle around the carnival on the river.
Okay, so one thing. So we could, if we did the swans, we'd have one of our activity. So we got 2 activities and then the Monarch.
I mean, activity-wise, the Mystery Mine I'm really interested in. I like roller coasters. That seems to be what that is.
Yeah. I think the Hall of Illusions and the Mystery Mine is one of the. Well, I guess then technically the swans, but. Choices.
there's a lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that in the picture it looks like the Mystery Mine is going into hell actually looks pretty interesting to me.
Yeah.
Because I love dark rides like that shit.
Doesn't look like it's going into hell. It looks like it's going into Ogremon.
Yeah.
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 I mean, we're right there. We could do the Hall of Illusions and then go down to the Mystery Mine, just like in one fell swoop.
That probably sounds like
Just
the best
follow
use.
line.
And then go back out to the swans.
True.
Because we've honestly covered a really good chunk of the map as is.
Yeah.
Almost all of it.
I think it's just those 3 in the Pixie Kingdom that we haven't done, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to go anywhere near the Pixie Kingdom if you can avoid it.
Yeah.
Do you want some candy courage?
Or we could just split the party at that point because this seems to be the safest place we'll be in this entire module.
True.
We don't know that yet.
Also
My honest
true.
question: would Predacott even let Rhodey go anywhere other than with him, so he could keep showing every animal, "Hey, this is what we're looking for."
Yeah, Rhodey's stuck.
Probably unless you actually gave a good enough reason to like split up. At which point that'd probably be Predacots and Rhodey at the Pixie Kingdom after the Hall of Illusions.
All right. So, it sounds like you guys want to go to the Hall of Illusions first?
Yeah.
Think so.
Yeah.
All right. As you guys kind of approach it, you do see there's a glass cabinet that's kind of right next to the Hall of Illusions as you make your way towards it.
Look inside it.
A wooden mannequin of a grinning, raven-haired young woman in witch's attire and a green flowing cape covers inside a glass cabinet. At the top of the cabinet, a sign reads, Tasha the Wizard, known for her hideous laughter. A halfling couple holds hands as they approach the glass cabinet. One of the halflings is wearing butterfly face paint. As he drops to one knee and pulls out a small box from his pocket, his sweetheart bursts into laughter and begins rolling on the ground. The halfling in face paint begins sobbing and darts into the nearby tent without getting his ticket punched.
Oh, no.
Oof.
Praedycots walks past unplussed.
Uh-oh.
Would
Um.
go to the man if no one else will.
I was gonna say, I just freaking go after. That's so sad.
That really is. I think if you're cool, I think both of us are probably gonna go, hey buddy, what's going on, man?
Yeah, I'll go too.
All right, who's walking up to the glass case?
I mean,
I
I did say Solo looked into it, but
Okay,
after she had seen the guy, she would have gone after him. So I'll leave that up to you if something happened in the meantime.
okay, How do we want to do this then, I guess? Yeah, I guess if you wanted to chase after the halfling man, then... I guess you wouldn't look into the case, but is anybody else looking into the case?
Praedycot...
Rodeo.
Go ahead.
Rodeo will look into it. Why not?
Alright, roll a wisdom saving throw.
Should have seen that coming. Okay.
You feel the biggest compulsion to laugh, as you are currently under the effects of Tasha's hideous laughter.
Oh my god, he can't smile, but he's laughing hysterically.
What the fuck? Why am I laughing? Nothing about this is funny. Why am I laughing?
And you begin to fall prone as you begin to laugh.
Okay. What the fuck?
And after about a minute of this, the other halfling who was there just kind of... It's like... Wait, where did Ruben go? Ruben!
Robin?
Can I point out something? Praedycot's walked past all of this not looking. He's probably already inside the Hall of Illusion.
Alright. This large tent is painted with a mural of shifting images that show grinning fairies diving into pools of color. The helical stripes of the tent's pointed canopies rotate in spirals, and the whole display seems designed to befuddle onlookers. A clown, a familiar clown dressed in muted garb, sits at the tent's entrance, blinking at you. As he just kind of looks and kind of points at the tent. You'll just kind of hold out puncher and just go.
Yep.
Just click it twice.
Oh, twice? Okay, good. Okay.
Or just he'll hold up his finger and say 1.
Okay, 1.
Or he doesn't say it, he'll just hold up a finger and say for 1.
Yep, I will let him punch it, and he will walk on into the Hall of Illusions.
All right. As you set foot into the Hall of Illusions, I think this is actually a good time to take a quick bio break.
Okie dokie. Right back.
I do have one quick question of curiosity.
Sure.
Me and Cedric hear Rhodey laughing as we chased after the halfling, or no?
Yeah, I think you would have heard him laughing. It was pretty loud as you would have ducked in, and yeah, the two of you, if you were chasing after it at the same time, you would have offered to, punch your tickets as well.
I'm just gonna point out that Rhodey is laughing, even though I'm not. Like, as someone talks to him, then it's gonna come out.
Oops.
All right, so I assume it'll be Predicats, Duff, and Vexa going into the. Or
Yeah.
was
Well, no, I joined. Me and Syndra went off to chase after the halfling who was crying.
Which is in the Hall of Illusion, so that's what he's saying. Are you part of...
Oh, was it in the Hall of
Oh.
Illusion?
Yes,
I
he
thought
ran off
ran
into the
somewhere
tent.
else.
No, he
Oh,
ran into the
then-
tent.
Then yeah, no, we'd all be going into the Hall of Illusions then.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So with that resolved, I'm gonna go use up.
Hmm.
All right. I'll probably go refill my water bottle and do the same.
That was perfect timing because my internet decided to glitch. I don't know how clear I'm coming out right now.
You're fine.
Like you guys are all coming out like robots a couple seconds ago.
Well, that's definitely on your end. You are loud and clear.
Just to be on the safe side, just real quick.
Also, wow, this would be totally different as my Strixhaven character, who actually idolizes Tasha, knowing nothing about her. He is like, people got spells named after them. They must be the coolest people in the world. I met Mordenkainen, and he wanted to learn the one spell I named after myself. Which, to be honest, I went to... What?
What did I miss?
That's in our Strixhaven game, where during the first event of our thing, which was a show we had to put on for the founders and several alumni, 3 of which people considered alumni were Xanathar, Mordenkainen, and Tasha. My character did not know Tasha was there.
Oh.
Yes. Another one of our players made gourmet fish food for Slygar. Yeah, Saved by the Spells.
Ooh.
Saved by the Spells at time because in a regular game that would be a huge event. The shit that happened after was the actual event where we had to fight blood cultists. With none of that help, they were all having a lovely dinner. We were discovering that people had robbed something and people were setting heads on fire.
Holy shit! What'd I come back to?
Are you describing a regular session of Saved by the Spell?
Ah,
I want to watch that now.
I mean, go ahead. It's all up on YouTube right now. I actually uploaded the last episode last week, so yeah, it's current. It's literally just under 50 episodes because it's a bi-weekly game. That's it. I'm gonna pee now.
it's pee-pee time. Also, I posted something in memes for you guys. I just posted in memes. Hooray! The big top! Oh no! Story beats the ability checks.
I'm also glad we did decide that we're going to try to rob Mr. Witch, because Predicats has no subtlety. He would have just walked up to him, grabbed him by the throat, used Primal Savagery, and be like, your watch.
Oh lord. That would have gone over well.
Oh yeah, no. I am playing the problem child here. I accept this. He is deferring to all of you because this is the first time he's interacted with anyone besides a single hag in like 20 years.
That is a fair.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
But yeah, no. For those who are wondering, Saved by the Spell is one of those things where I break down early episodes and realize, holy fuck, before we were 17 episodes in, we were dealing with a cult, a conspiracy, archdevils. It's been a time, especially considering the 3 professors we talk to the most are what's basically a Necron time wizard, a lich who is possibly a former Red Wizard of Thay, and Wonder Woman if she was a wizard. And they aren't even that interesting.
Not bad for your first day of school.
No, no. To get tested, said alcoholic lich / red wizard sticked a bunch of zombies on us and like, okay, let's see how you use magic. And that was session 0 that never got actually uploaded.
Oh wait, I meant your first year of school, not first day of school. Whoops.
Yeah, no, our first year is actually coming up to a wind-up where we are now currently in a cooking competition with a mafia lord where one people in the party, me, doesn't know that there's a crime boss about. We basically came back from a field trip and I just took over the Green Goblin's warehouse because we actually had to deal with the equivalent of the Green Goblin.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, the grenades we stole from fighting him actually helped us kill an almost adult green dragon.
But which wizard is Spider-Man? That's the real question.
My character, because he always uses spider climb because he's a drow.
Oh, well, that works out perfectly then.
Yeah, no, that's actually the hilarious part is when we introduced the character that was basically the Green Goblin, I was away from the entire party. I had a wall collapse on me and nearly die.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no. Saved by the Spell is the most chaotic thing I'm in. It was also I have done Enoch for like, I want to say at that point 30 or like 40 sessions. I was like, I'm tired of being the responsible one. I want to be the like chaos gremlin. And that's what Daedalus became. Though at this point it's just like, why you don't give autistic wizards like any leeway? Like, every other person's like, why'd you make an autism-coded character? I didn't, but apparently I appealed to it. That said, do we have everybody back?
Yeah.
Sounds like we got everybody but Chaco.
I never left.
Oh, well then, we should have everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Is DeLuna here?
Ah, we don't have everybody back.
Because I don't see him in the lineup in Roll20. I hope he didn't lose internet or something.
There he is.
Update. My internet crashed, so I'm on my phone right now.
Oh,
Well, fun. Sorry to hear that.
so can you go
Yeah,
into Roll20 with the app, or do you want Mila to be the one to roll if you need to roll?
Bill, can you do that for me right now because the
Yeah,
app doesn't work properly for me.
All right. Yeah, I can control your sheet, no problem.
On the upside, basically we have like 3 to 4 people doing something while hopefully your internet gets done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on that note, since everybody's back to it, definitely, let's go ahead and start with Sadara, Predicates, and Dump, as the 3 of you, I believe, are heading inside the Hall of Illusions.
Yeah, I'd say Predicates might have a lead because he just did not interact with anything that was happening. It's just like, I'm going to this place.
All right. Let me. Is there a certain music I want to say? No, I think we'll just kind of leave this blank. As the 3 of you make your way into the Hall of Illusions, the first thing that you notice is that it's kind of a twisty, turny maze of all these various different types of mirrors. As you kind of look through them, you do notice that as you look at your reflections, some of them are definitely different. Some of them, it seems like you're looking very, very young at this point, which is very strange.
I want to believe that in those Praedykas doesn't look anything because he hasn't aged in a long time.
Fair, yeah.
I honestly think if Domp is looking at a mirror where, well, how much younger? Is it like a couple years or like preteen?
It's like 5-10 years at this point, just kind of looking at it at the start.
Oh.
As you look at, Predicates, his, it looks the same. Yeah, the three of you go ahead and roll perception checks for me.
1 second.
Perception. 9.
Nat 20.
Do and pulling back my sheet.
Wait, would I be in there too since I went over to the dwarf? Where am I?
Oh, that's a good question. Were you talking to the halfling that was laughing on the floor, or would you follow the people that went inside the Hall of Illusion?
No, she would have went after
right.
whatever the dwarf was crying.
Yeah. So it would have been, taking a punch of the ticket for the Hall of Illusions, and go ahead and roll a perception check then too.
Okay.
Can I roll as I am also in there?
Yes, Spexa. Okay. Sola, you don't know this. Spexa, perception.
18.
All right, so Vexa, Predicate, and Sidara. The three of you know this as you're making your way around the halls. You eventually see towards the end, you do see Ruben. As you gotta look over, you see him kind of standing in front of the mirror. At first glance, you just see him whispering something. But as you get closer, Sidara, you'll notice this first. You see what looks to be a small girl wearing a pig mask. That it's like you can still see their mouth, but the rest of the mask is like an actual pig face. But as you get closer, their skin looks very gray. And you see that this little girl in the mirror, there is the reflection in the mirror, is whispering back to this halfling. And we'll say, Predicates, you'll notice this, and Vexa, you two will notice this as well as you get closer. And you see the little girl stop. And you see her reflection turn towards you. And then you'll see it vanish. And you'll see Ruben just kind of look over, just look out and says, "Oh, no, wait, no, wait. And you just kind of see the halfling with the butterfly face paint just kind of get startled as you get way closer. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see it coming there. Oh, what happened?
No worries.
We wanted to check on you. We saw what happened outside. Are you okay?
I mean, about as good as you could be when you're proposing to your girlfriend that she just laughs at you. How do you think I feel?
Well, hold on. Remember where you are. I've been in the Feywild for quite some time, and I know Fey magic when I see it. You were passing by a thing when you did this, weren't you?
What, the glass case outside?
Mm-hmm. And from what I saw, that glass case was dedicated to Tasha, one person responsible for the hideous laughter spell. Now, this is all just theory, of course. I don't know your possible betrothed, but I know the Feywild. Hideous laughter. Makes sense. Perhaps she was ensorcelled.
Let's see. Duff and Sola, since you're looking at the glass case too, I want the two of you to roll intelligence checks.
Intelligence.
What int? Oh man, that 20 on the other side. That's
7.
3.
Can I roll because
Yeah.
my character has that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, make an intelligence check.
Okay, did it do?
Not rolling good tonight, I tell you what.
18.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that little girl.
All right. I like to see that. Predicates, you recognize the name Tasha. Was one of the names reputedly used by Igwilv the Witch Queen, who was a legendary archmage.
And I think I know why, because apparently I was resurrected by the Baba Yaga.
BBQ.
She was enchanted. She's fine now. Come. He's just literally just gonna grab this guy by the back of his collar and just start dragging him.
Roll a persuasion check for me. With advantage, I'll say.
I was about to say,
Give it
I'd
all
rather
the
just roll intimidation because my guy is literally... He's not taking no for an answer, he's just grabbing him and solving a problem.
Okay, sure. Intimidation with advantage.
26.
Hey. Oh, all right.
Don't worry, he probably won't hurt you.
He means well.
I have no reason to hurt him, I'm just making someone happy. You will be fine.
Even
I
better-
only hope that Ween was just... I hope you're right that she was just ensourced. Truly, I
Oh.
do.
Oh, don't you worry. Like, look, this will be so romantic, and you guys will have a great story. She's just trailing after them.
I'm
Like,
imagining this guy sitting on his ass. Praedycots literally has him by the back of the collar, and you guys are both bending down, trying to be like, "It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm imagining.
Basically hyping him up, making sure he's doing okay.
Yep.
Look, I'll tell you what. I'll even like illusion some little flower petals to like make it even more romantic. When you do it, try it again, buddy. It'll be great, and we'll do it not next to the glass case this time.
All right. So, while this is going on, Rudy, at this point, you have, worn off the effects of hideous laughter. As you see the halfling woman's just kind of beginning to cry and just kind of looking towards you and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not sure what came over me, but honestly, I never expected that Reuben would." And you just gotta see her clasp her hands over her mouth.
I'm guessing you looked in the case too, right?
Well, I didn't look at the case. I just sort of walked close to it, and the next thing I know, I see the love of my life is proposing to me, and I feel terrible for what I've done.
I'm betting we were cursed. I'm betting everyone that walks in front of that thing starts laughing. I'm not the best with spells, but that would be what I'm guessing. Hey, look on the bright side. If he comes back, it means he truly loves you, right? I think. I'm not sure what to say on this type of shit. Sorry.
Oh, I hope you're right. I truly do. As the human that with the muted colors just kind of looks over and just kind of puts his hands in like a praying motion towards him and just kind of nods, and you see him mouth the words, "I hope so."
I was more hoping he'd just give a general shrug, just like, me. I feel like Candlefoot is the most "I'm just here" character.
Yeah. Actually,
yeah.
I think Thako is more the I'm just here character.
So, what do you do then, Rudy? Rudy?
I put myself to push this talk. I forgot about that. He's just gonna try to console her the best as he could, like hoping that the others like come over here soon.
So it sounds like the rest of us. Can I say one thing? Praedycots will, using some of his old knowledge, because again, he's basically somebody who woke up, has a certain amount of knowledge that an adult would have. Are there any unbloomed flowers or anything near the exit of the Hall of Illusions?
Let's see. Yes, there's a couple.
He grabs them, he makes them bloom, grabs them, rips them up, pulls the guy in front of him, shoves them in his hand, here. And then he walks out holding the guy in front of him like you are putting a kitten in air jail. And then sets him down in front of his, I guess now, fiance?
Alright. While this was going on, I was gonna say I had Rudy roll a persuasion check on Ween to try to see if he could calm her down. And yeah, you managed to, convince her to just, catch her breaths, try to compose herself, and as she, makes sure she steps away from the case. And it's at this moment that, everyone else comes out of the Hall of Illusions with Ruben in tow. As, you see Predicate handing Ruben a bunch of these flowers and blooming them, and then you just see him just kind of pick himself up.
I was about to say, no, he literally walks up to her until they're like literally 5 feet apart, sets him down, just goes, go on.
Right. Oh, thank you.
Solo's just going to like softly put down some like romantic music in the background.
Oh, Ruben, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to laugh at you. I'm not. I think it was that case that just made me want to laugh at you, and honestly, that was very sweet. Oh, I'm no Ween. Let's just pretend that part didn't happen, okay? You just see him get down on one knee, and as he reaches into his side, Ween Sonapple, you have made me the most happiest man to ever walk these realms. Will you allow me to take your hand to be my bride, to be my? As he opens the box, you see there's a ring inside. Oh, Rupert Sugarwood. Yes, of course the answer's yes. And you see a little crowd's kind of gathered about as you see Ween just kind of go running towards Ruben, and he gets up and puts the ring on her finger, and then they go to hug and kiss, and everybody just starts applauding. Oh, lots of,
I'm just gonna say,
oohs and
one
ahs.
second, just you hear in the background.
Singular clap.
Yeah. And Ruben just kind of looks at you guys and kind of gives you a good thumbs up and a nod. He puts his index finger and thumb to his chin, thinks about it for a little bit. You see him point like he's pointing at a light bulb. Kind of motions to all of you, and just kind of points at him. And you just see him mouth the words, can you help me?
Dolph will walk up, see what he needs.
He'll just kind of point to his mouth, and he'll just point to his mouth. He'll move his lips and hold his hand up to his ear, and then he'll just kind of shake his head.
Can I insight this? Can we insight this?
Sure, I'll allow an
Yeah.
insight to see if you can, for ease of translating this.
Finally, a low roll.
I would say that Sindara is probably still in the
That nat 20.
still in the Hall of Illusion because she wants to know what was up with the pig girl.
Alright, I'll roll for Rudy. Wow, Rudy got a nat 20 for 21.
God damn. Rudy knows what's up.
Rudy's got the chalk.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyone?
Yeah, Duff and Rudy, the two of you notice that, as he's kind of pointing to his mouth, you get the sense that he can't talk. And you just kind of see him take like his hand, and kind of close the fish that looked like he's pulling away. It sounds like his voice was taken.
Oh, my goodness. Voice was... Could we look around to see if there's anyone nearby who could potentially be the culprit of voice theft?
I think I know who
He points up a little bit and. Alright, so he begins to strut his head back and forth and he begins to flap his arms like wings. He points at you and then shakes at you, Rudy, and then he shakes his head no. And then he kind of points over to a separate spot and points down there. And you get the sense that
I believe our mysterious Kenku has shown up again.
he points at you and nods. Yes.
All right. Can I perception check to find this Kenku?
If you want to spend some time to try and look for this bird, I'm gonna need an investigation check.
Okay. Can I get advantage?
And Rhodey as well.
Can I get advantage because I've literally been putting spies in the air to look for this Kenku?
Sure. Yep. As you're kind of talking around.
I'll take the 15.
I guess I'll roll or look around as well. Well, there goes my good roll.
Sure, why not?
All right. The lot of you, for the sake of brevity, it takes about an hour as you're just kind of wandering around the lower portion of the carnival. Right in front of the mystery mine.
Oh, what a
You look
coincidence.
over and you see a human woman that actually looks similar to the human woman you saw running away from the dragonfly rides.
Praedycots is immediately running up to them with menace.
Although, to be fair though, I think, didn't Sundar say that they were still in the Hall of Illusions? They look in the mirror, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh dear.
I mean, if it took us an hour, they eventually had to come out.
Oh, I was looking for the little girl with the pig mask because I saw her disappear.
yeah, as you look at the mirror where this girl was at, yeah, you see their reflection disappear, and as you're looking down the various mirrors, you actually get to a point where it's like some of them make you look like you're older, some of them make you look like you're younger. The mirror right in front of where they were at, it looks the most like your natural reflection. I'll say that. But eventually, as you kind of look over, nothing else happens while you're inside the Hall of Illusions.
So, keep watch for Pig Girl. And she's gonna go join the rest of the party.
And it's about this time, we'll say, you catch up with them as they begin their investigation. As soon as you point her out, predicates, she bolts. She tries to make her way towards the side alley.
How far away is she?
She probably gets to... She probably goes to dart around this tent over here. Or she goes to duck in between the tents and the wagon here next to the mystery mine.
Oh,
In feet? How far away?
I was about to say, how far are they
Yeah.
away from Praedycots as well?
Into spell range.
Let's see.
We have casters.
60 feet.
Oh, perfect. So,
Oh, that's wonderful news.
Stop.
Okay. Oh, well, wisdom save.
Let me see.
Oh, she failed. Fails as she stops. And she just stops and then turns around. Or, yeah, she just stops in place.
yeah, at that
No,
point, Praedycots
right.
is tackling her, and he has Primal Savagery up, and he is pointing at her throat.
Sindar will firmly grasp both her arms.
Okay. Let's not get too hasty. Hey, all right. I'll stop. Don't hurt me, please.
Oh, I'm glad that got sorted out. I was going to cripple your legs.
You
Praedycots
see, after a while, after the command wears off, more art time. You see this individual.
Ooh.
Yeah, a Black Crow Kenku wearing tattered blue robes, an orange shawl, and crudely drawn butterfly wings. All right, I've stopped. I stopped. What do you want?
First, you will give back the voice to the gnome. Then we are taking you to the ringleaders.
And why
Wait,
did you
wait.
make the dragonfly cry?
Wait, okay. First. Oh, you mean Candlestick's voice? Oh,
No.
hold on.
No, I'm talking about the gnome who tried to propose.
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
No, it wasn't the gnome's voice I took. It was Candlestick's.
So you did take it.
You just see her kind of slump a little bit. It's like, yes, I thought it was funny. I took his voice, which is hilarious because apparently he was in the middle of proposing to his mermaid girlfriend.
Seems
There-
things are rhyming around here.
There are too many mating rituals happening here.
That's one way to put it. But yes.
Well, how about this then? You will return everything you've stolen, and then we'll take you to the leaders of this carnival, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, and they will decide what to do with you. Or I could break your legs. With
Okay.
magic.
Let's just start. Let's just start off. First things first. All right. Candlestick's voice. Here, just let me do this. And you see her kind of reach into a pack, and you see her pull out this little straw thatched doll. That it looks like it kind of has some Greek cloth on it, and you see that right where the neck would be, you see a pin kind of coming out of it, like it was stuck through like a pin cushion. All right, all I have to do is this. And you see her just kind of reach up, gingerly grab the pin, and pull it out. There. All right.
Hold on.
He
hold
has
that
his voice
thought.
back.
No, hold that thought. Don't go anywhere. Just gonna go run back to what's his face. To see if he has his voice back.
All right. You make your way back to the Hall of Illusions. You see him standing there.
She runs up to him and she just goes up, 2 thumbs up. Talk?
What do you mean? He stops. I can talk. I can talk.
Cool.
I can talk. Oh, the gods. Oh.
Okay, Milla, you need to stop getting so loud because your noise suppression stops anyone from hearing you.
Discord
sorry.
is killing you.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I need to find Palasha. I need
Okay,
to go
cool.
to her.
Cool.
Thank you so much. And you just see him cast some prestidigitation in the air as he runs, just like little sparkles and fireworks, just pew, pew, pew.
Aw.
Good luck on your proposal. I'm just gonna run back.
Real quick, Milla.
Yes.
Obviously, above game, I know what voodoo is. In game, how much would we collectively know about it?
I guess make an Arcana check?
Also do that.
I think that's a good spread based on how we've been like rolling our characters.
Oh my lord.
You're a bard. You listen. You went to art school, okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Soul, I know, but Soul is just being a special kind of stupid tonight.
Yeah, even the barbarian knows more.
We've had a lot of really bad rolls spread across the board.
Speak for
That kinda makes
yourself. I've been
sense.
pretty good.
Yeah, no, you have been good. It makes up for last game because I'm pretty sure you had the low rolls last game.
Yeah. Enoch
Yeah.
tried. Okay, he did not have an education.
No. I meant like last session.
Also, probably true. I haven't gone back and watched it.
Fair point.
All right. Sorry. Let's go back. Arcana. Let's see. We'll say Vexa and Sindara for your Arcana checks. Yeah, this seems like, well, not necessarily voodoo by their standards. It does seem like some sort of magical component that seems rather fey in nature. if you had to hazard a guess. And as Kettle's, the Kenku just kind of thinks about it for a second, like, okay, look. Here's why I've been doing this, alright? I'll just come clean with you, you know? Many years ago, well, I became a warlock.
Zero sympathy from the warlock currently pinning them to the ground.
It's like, oh, look. I'm doing this because of my patron, alright? Her name's Zyblina. She's an archfey who rules the Feywild domain of Prismere.
Does that ring a
I
bell?
haven't been able to get... History check?
I also roll that because I've been in the Feywild for a
13.
bit.
Sure.
May I also roll?
Yeah.
Sadly,
Anybody can roll history if they want.
I'm not a very history-minded person, it seems.
No, I think this tracks because only one person here should have any knowledge of any archfey.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I was gonna say,
I would.
probably heard.
so you're not
phrases.
there yet because you're, sorting out Candlefoot at this
No,
point.
yeah, no, that's
so,
fair. That is fair.
I
So,
grew up in Archfey, so I would know.
alright, so, predicate. Zyblina sounds familiar because you've heard stories of your patron talk about them as like a fairy godmother.
Hmm. Well then, hearing that he's just going to lean down, I want to imagine that basically holding them in place because he's not strong. He tackled them and he has been just re-upping primal savagery, so he just has the thorn-wrapped claws around his hand. He is just not clutched. They're just dug into the dirt.
Oh, Sindara's helping you pin her down.
I mean, you could have the arms, I guess, but again, basically he just has one hand with claws around their throat, and he's just not clenching.
It's like, look! I've lost touch. I've lost contact with Zyblina. It's a very disconcerting thought, though. I mean, look, I wanted to talk to Witchlight about how to get to Prismere, but they've been giving me the cold shoulder. I think they know more than they're letting on. You want to know how I know? Last time I visited them, I overheard the two of them talking. Someone is going to find out about this. They'll shut us down. You hear as she says in mimicry. We agreed to this pact. Our hands were forced, but our eyes were open. We let the Hourglass Coven take what it wants, and in return we stay in business. That's what you want, right?
Well then, we are going to take you to them, and we are going to speak on behalf of two archfey. They will tell us this, or this carnival will lie in ruin. And he says this as he's basically standing up and then grabbing them by the collar and being like, they will answer, or they will die.
Not getting them right out the gate. You could at the very least say we have leverage, we know things, and go from there.
Look. I mean, I know I was just causing trouble at the carnival. I was wanting to do that until they refused. I was gonna do that until, they let me know what they know about Zyblina and Prismere, but... Roll an intimidation check for me there.
22.
Huh? Alright. Well...
You are the vassal
No,
of an
stop.
archfey, and I am the woodgroom of the Bramble Queen. They will listen, or they will die. This is the fact of this land.
Moment, just something I thought of about your story. You mentioned there, one of either Witch or Light said something about a coven of, what was it again? Hourglass Coven or something like that?
Yeah, you hear her repeat in Mr. Witch's voice. Hourglass Coven.
My friends, I have a theory. I
What's
think
that?
I think that all of the hags that have taken our possessions, that have taken the voice of our new friend Reuben, are all part of this coven, the Hourglass Coven. And I think we might get a bit more out of Mr. Witchlight with this information. And our new friend here. What is your name again? He looks at the Kenku.
You hear in her voice, as you just hear, oddly, appropriately enough, you hear the sound of steam boiling from a kettle.
He will actually laugh. Well then, Miss Kettlestream. I think we're going to be very close friends. Let's head off.
Rody, actually, like, for above game real quick, I can say my internet's back. Yay!
Yay!
Hooray!
I actively had to go across or to my parents' house and reset the router. So real quick, I'm gonna say, like, during that whole entire time, Rody's just been staring at her, like trying to gauge, because one, he is a warlock, and two, he's a rogue, so he's trying to gauge if she's on the up and up and all that.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight check for me.
You can give me 1 second. I'm still loading stuff up.
Okay. Otherwise, I can click.
If you could roll it just real quick.
Yeah. Insight. You rolled a 19. Yeah, you definitely get the sense that, given the fact that she is greatly outnumbered and she wants to save her own skin, she's definitely willing to divulge the information to save her hide. Yeah. So yeah, you get the sense that, she's at least being honest with her answers for the sake of preserving her own hide.
She hears an alien. Alright, look. I know you can, I hope you can at least understand this and know that I am going to be probably the most upfront person you're going to think or you're going to meet in this group, other than the one that just threatened your life.
Hey.
Oh, I didn't know you could speak avian. And anyway.
Oh. I know you were speaking to that.
Okay, so ignore that last part, but he's just gonna be like, you follow our lead, you live. You don't, I can't be held responsible for what these guys do to you. So do me a favor and just go along with it.
You see her, twist her head in confusion and then just kind of nods about it. Okay. You actually see her just speak in common.
Though I do have a quick question. Because it basically just at any time Beast Speech is open, does avian count as something that can be understood by speak with animals?
It does not.
Okay.
It's specifically its own language.
Oh no, you're fine. I was just asking.
Yeah, it is a good question.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think it's the main language of the plane of air, canonically.
Mm-hmm.
Fun. Roll 20 actually come up.
And we'll say by this point, you'll have joined up with everyone as you see them picking up kettle steam.
Yep,
Which is odd because the name is typoed in the description.
Yep, she skids to a halt in front of him. Good news, it worked. She wasn't lying.
Also good news. Our friend here has graciously decided to join us.
You say as Praedycots is literally grabbing the back of their cow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's great. She's gonna walk up to Kettlestream. Welcome to the club. And she just kind of shakes their hand.
Her arms are restrained right now by Sindar.
No. We lifted them up. They are.
I'm lifting her up by both her arms.
I honestly, above game, I didn't because I was trying to deal with it. I didn't know that Rody was not a part of the group right now, so that's why I was like, let's play it like that.
Okay, let's get the thing. They were lifted up. If you're trying to hold their arms with, again, Praedykat staying behind, you are now leaning over. It's kind of messy. They are also scared to the death of us. I think just them standing with someone holding them is fine.
She heard the
All right.
dragon.
And I guess we'll bring Solace up to speed with the theories that I've put forward and the plan with Miss Kettlestein.
Cool. I think that's a good idea.
So it sounds like we're going back to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, it makes the most sense.
But the mystery mine is right there, though.
We could go on the mystery mine with Kettlestein and then go to Mr. Witch and Light.
I don't trust this woman.
Does anyone have some rope?
I mean, what was trusting them anything to do with it? The ride is right there. We can take him with us.
Yeah, we'll just tie her up, put her in one of the carts with us.
No,
It'll be
I just
great.
imagine Praedykat just doesn't let go. They are sitting side by side in a cart.
Yeah.
It's one person terrified to move, the other person doesn't understand a roller coaster, but he would also be like, we have business to talk with them.
Honestly,
Man.
I think it would be more funny if it's like a 3-sided cart. She's in the middle between Sandara and Patroclus because she's.
Man,
That would be
Okay. This is hilarious. I'll just go ahead and read this as you're coming up. Propelled by magic, mine carts laden with fairgoers trundle into an opening carved like a dragon's mouth. The carts reappear moments later on the far side of the attraction, with the passengers expressing a mixture of bewilderment, fear, and excitement. Near the entrance, a male dwarf dressed like a wizard shouts, "Unlock the mysteries of your mind with the mystery mind!"
Oh no,
He
it's
has
Mind
bushy
Freak!
eyebrows, wears a pointy hat and holds a large clockwork contraption shaped like a giant eye.
I never thought I would picture Dwarf Chris Angel.
You want to see some magic?
I'm about to freak your mind.
Well, if we're doing this, it sounds like me, Sindara, and Kettlestream are just standing, like, stock still in a cart, and it's just up to whatever happens, because this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we could do
Brody would
that.
offer to stay off the ride, let Kaelstream just stay with him.
I
All
don't
right.
think you...
No,
I don't...
no. Kettlestream is going with.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kelsey's
She
going with you guys. Okay,
She doesn't
I
have-
enjoy this fun ride. With
Yeah.
our
She doesn't
new
have a
friends.
choice.
I was about to say, the Warlock and the Barbarian have them but sandwiched. They're not going anywhere. So let's just let you have the meme of the other 3 people in the party.
Kelsey just kind of looks at you guys and she says, "All right, I love it. This is like, all right, I'll behave. I'll come along with you. Just don't hurt me, okay?" And she eyes side glances you in particular, Predicats, given your savage tendencies earlier.
He will literally just say, "Do as you are told, and do not fight the hand on your shoulder. You will be fine."
Okay.
And
And
if
the
you
dwarf,
try-
dwarf just kind of looks over. "Come forward to see the all-seeing eye. Let it guide you on this magical mystery mine."
Meanwhile, I'm prepared to be the Yzma to, like, everyone else's Kronk.
Yes. I
That's
imagine,
Sandara's crunk at the moment.
I imagine Kettlestein like shifts like a little bit between you, and already both of you are on her.
All right. So, for everyone that wants to ride on the mystery mine,
Yes.
it's going to cost 1 ticket punch,
Mm-hmm.
and I need each of you to DM me. I want you to send me a DM for what is it? DM me the name of a creature that your character fears.
Interesting.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
There you go, Zmilla. Unpack that little detail.
I think, what would he have seen in the Feywild that's exceptionally terrifying that isn't a hag?
Alright.
Can I just have one character who doesn't have emotional baggage? I have been playing for the better part of 3 years now. I've yet to have one.
Look, I'm gonna say this. Mine is very stereotypical for a bird character, but I don't give a shit.
All right.
Give me just a second. I have to think.
Just because of her backstory, she only fears one thing.
I feel like we went from the ha ha he hoo cartoon cart to the oh no cart.
Yeah.
All right.
I could see Dumph being afraid of these. Would that count? Or should it be a creature, like an animal beast?
And it could be a creature, so, it could be a collective number of creatures. It's whatever you want.
Yeah, you gotta remember, creature covers literally anything with a stat block in D&D, so run with it.
Yeah, no, then the one I picked definitely makes sense, even though they're
Okay.
bit humanoid in shape.
All right. So. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. So you were let's see. So each minecart can sit up to 8 creatures, so all of you are able to comfortably sit within the minecart.
Oh, good.
With their good friend Kettlestein right in the center.
Why am I getting
Yep.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory vibes from this minecart?
All right.
The tunnel scene is going through my head, and I'm like, this is gonna be fun.
All right. For something a little more jovial, I guess. As your cart begins to trek along into the mine, it goes into the maw of the dragon. And you see as reality begins to warp around you and the outside borders of your tracks begin to shimmer as you continue to ride on down this track. And if the plane eventually begins to shift as it starts to turn into a very dark scape. Like you're riding through an actual mine. Like in an alien underground area. And you see as you begin to make your way around the turn, you manage to see a rather imposing looking drow just begin to point and sneer at all of you. I need all of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
Hoshi?
boy.
Your character gets disadvantage. Sadara gets disadvantage on this throw.
Oh no, that's 11.
Oh no,
Technically,
now
it's
the
not-
low rolls are setting in. I feel so bad.
Oh no.
17.
What you said, wisdom?
Yep. Wisdom save with disadvantage.
14.
All right. Everyone who rolled below a 12. Let's see. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, so Rudy, Sadara, Sola, you all immediately begin to pick out the fact that, oh, this is just an illusion. You're not scared of it, as well as Vexa. Predicates and Dov, you fail. And I need you guys to note how many fails you guys have
That's
as
fair.
this ride continues.
So that's one. I will also say, to flavor the fail, immediately Predicates pushes down Kettle Stream to try to protect them, as again, flourishes primal savagery, prepared to lunge at this thing if it moves.
You
Do
see
I recognize?
Kelsey just kind of maintain herself barely, in spite of your facts to, bulk up like that. And as it whirls past towards this drow, you see it kind of bound up and down as the scenery begins to shift again. As you now make our way through a dark jungle in the middle of the night. Begin to duck and weave around a various bunch of trees. And then all of a sudden from the treetops you see a pair of large jaguars begin to lurch down and jump towards the cart. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw. Rudy, you get disadvantage on the saving throw, as
Oh,
does
no.
Metalstein.
Oh,
Okay.
You just keep failing.
That's not good.
Oh no.
All right, so everyone who rolled less than 12, you failed as you all let out a scream. You hear Kel scream, yell out, or Kel seem yell out.
can I flavor this since I was the only one who passed?
Yeah.
Predacott hears them speaking gibberish, so he knows they're not real.
Sort of like Batman in Perchance to Dream, where he sees the book full of nonsense.
Yeah.
And as you begin to swerve your way around this bend after you manage to narrowly avoid all those cats, you begin to plunge down. And at the bottom of this dip, you see there's a ring where a swarm of pixies begin to fly up into the air. I need everyone to make another wisdom saving throw. Zola, you have disadvantage on this.
Uh-huh.
Oh god.
At the end.
I rolled a 3.
I do also have to ask, because I forgot if we talked about this. Do we still have our one per session inspiration? Because this
No,
is
we
the
didn't have inspirations right now.
You guys don't have inspiration because of your lost things.
It's
You can't
because
gain inspiration.
That's right.
it's plot relevant that we can't. I hate that.
Right.
Listen, this series spoiled me so much for inspiration, I had to ask because it's been so long.
Understandable. And as the pixies begin to dart around, you just see a large, imposing, disheveled old lady begin to cackle as a crackle of green energy begins to arc on and makes its way towards the cart. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw. Predacats, you had disadvantage on this one.
Oh, finally, success!
Not exactly what was going on, but not exactly what's going on, but I'll roll with it.
5.
7. I should
Also
point out. I
7.
should point out my servant is my patron isn't a hag. They're an archfey.
Oh, I passed my first one, but I failed all the other ones.
So
I
that's
failed
3
everything
fails.
except one.
All right. So that was pixies. So that was yours. And then finally, as the minecart begins to bound away, you see that all of a sudden you hear a sound, and darting from the side, you see a rather small opposing creature with a rather large-looking stocking cap, soaked red in blood, begins to raise his cleaver towards you and chop. And I need everyone to make one more wisdom saving throw.
Well, it's
Stop!
not
You get
bad.
disadvantage on this one.
9! 4 failures.
Why is this the worst?
13.
Why is this the worst thing we've ever done?
I actually I'm okay with getting low rolls on this because this ride is designed to scare you.
Yeah, it's doing a great job, apparently.
I failed all
All
but
right.
one.
And as you manage to narrowly avoid getting hit by that gnomish-looking creature with the meaty cleaver, you see the scenery begin to shift as you find yourselves back in the Witchlight Carnival, as the ride begins to go to the stop. So, above game, who failed 3 or more?
Yo,
I did.
I think
yeah.
everyone.
Me, I think.
Yeah.
Or who failed no, it's not necessarily who failed by 3 or more. Who failed 3 times or more?
Yeah. Everyone.
Yeah.
Us. Us.
I'm pretty
Think
sure.
all
I think I was past one
Everyone
time.
failed?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
god, okay. Just going down the line because oh god, this is actually the one brutal part of this whole thing.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Vexa, be sure to note this. You're gonna be haunted by nightmares for the next 7 days. And basically how this is gonna work is oh god, alright, so At the end of every long rest, you need to make a DC 12 wisdom saving throw or suffer from 1d3 levels of exhaustion.
Oh no!
Miller, you might have just killed the entire party.
Oh no! That is fun.
But every time you do, but the good news is every time you save, you don't. But alright, so Vexa, you're having nightmares for 7 days. Rudy, you're gonna have nightmare for 2 days. I'm gonna actually have to note this in the tracker as well.
Curious question: how does this work? How does that work for elves? Because technically, they don't dream; they just trance.
It'll be as part of a long rest. So
Look, Mila, all I can say.
I'm making a nightmares counter. It's now part of my sheet.
Yeah, I gotta do that too. You said I only have
Alright.
3 of these I have to go through?
you have 2 nights of nightmares. So Vex, 7 night.
What was? Remind me. What was the DC on the saves?
12.
DC
Oh.
12.
Okay, yeah. So then it would have been 3.
Oh wait,
And
is
then
it?
just continuing down the list. Stop. You're gonna have 5 nights of nightmares.
good.
Pradicats, you have 6.
Fuck.
Sola, you have 3.
Okay.
Sidara, you also have 3.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. I'm gonna lose this character.
It'll be fine. Just don't make low rolls.
Wisdom
Wait,
is
the
my
DC
lowest
for
stat.
The DC for
Fine.
the ride was 12, or for the nightmare check?
12. Both.
Okay, so that's one. I have more successes than I thought. That I have 2 successes, and we did. No, it's still 3. Never mind. That
Mhm.
last one is what messed me.
So I think it was Pradicats you had
6, yeah.
6, alright?
I had 1 success. That was it. So hey, Mr. Wish and Mr. Light.
I just like to imagine that as we get out of the ride, Shola's just like in tears, like, I thought that was gonna be fun.
Can we never do that again? Can we just promise as a party we're never gonna do that again.
Yeah, but I think we're good to never go in the mystery mine again.
You just see Sandra just pop like 3 suckers in her mouth, pick up the Kenku, and just walk away.
No, it's not leaving my hand. Not leaving my hand. Also, we need to find a
You're
druid.
being dragged with me then.
We need to find a druid.
I mean, I'm sorry, but I think I had fun. You just see Kill Steam. She passed all her saves.
Moves from
you.
moves from shoulder to back of the neck. Does not attack with primal savagery, but they feel all the thorns. Quiet until
You just see
spoken.
her just. She just immediately just kind of leads up gently away from it, just like sorry.
Yep. Until spoken to. Let's go see the head. Let's go see the ringmasters.
I'm glad you had fun, Kettle Steam. I relived some trauma. Anyway,
See, you say we need to find a druid. Raise his hand.
Who's rolling 3D100?
Me. She put
For
3
the
suckers in her
suckers.
mouth.
Jesus.
Yes, 276 points of sucker damage. Let's go.
All of a sudden, a meteor storm hits the carnival.
I just love how high those results were. Good lord.
only Rody has the low one with 2. Everyone else has 5 or greater.
Sola had 3, so
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I am.
I
I
had
am.
3.
Dara had 3.
Yeah, I'm the only one above 5. At which point, fuck me, because exhaustion will kill me.
No,
No, I
got
have
7.
exactly 5. And Vesca has 7. Okay, now I have everyone's counter in my notes here.
I got the strong alcohol.
All
Okay.
right. So we'll say between the ride and that, it's probably been about a half hour. Well, let's see, it was an hour. Then we'll say it's a half hour between, interrogating Kettle Steve and going on the mystery mine. And you see the dwarf as you all disembark. It's like, oh, hope you had fun. I hope to see you next time.
We didn't.
Mystery mine. As he just kind of does the little Chris Angel mind freak wave.
Slowly turns, gives him a shaky thumbs up.
Again,
Brody.
Rodian and Avian looks at him. You motherfucker.
again, Praedycot's in just plain common. We didn't, and we are back at this big top.
Naruto just gives like a death glare. The 3 suckers in her mouth.
All right. At this point, as you make your way back towards the big top of the staff area, let's see. Yeah, you do see Burley just kind of doing some reps, just to kind of doing some cooldown reps. He just kind of looks up at you and he says, "Oh, hey. Oh, look at you. Looks like you found our little troublemaker."
Open the gate before I tear through it.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, sure. Let me
Sorry,
just go ahead.
Brody. He's in a
Like,
bit of
come
a
on.
foul mood since the mines.
But on the bright side, foul mood.
I didn't even
I
think of
get
that.
it. All right, so you're led back into the staffing area with Kettle Steam in tow. As you make your way back towards Mr. Witch and Mr. Light's cart, Burley just kind of knocks on the door. "Hey, bosses! Our friendly neighborhood guests have gone ahead and captured that troublemaker for you." "Oh. Ah, excellent." As you see the door open, you see the duo of them, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, just kind of saunter out of the cart. "Ah, there you are, my foul-feathered friend. So sad that you're not able to make light and have fun within our carnival. It's shame you have to impart your misery upon others."
That is strange. You speak ill of 2 servants of Archfey in the Feywild, as well as hide things from them. Things that this one has overheard.
Well, I'm aware that they are a servant of Zeblina.
Miss Kettlestein,
Sure.
if you would repeat what you've informed us of. I'm sure you're familiar with the segment I'm referring to.
Wait. What do you mean by that? And you just see, before not even missing a beat, Kettle Steam just opens her beak like a record player and with her mimicry repeats the conversation in total.
Now,
And
oh, sorry, go ahead.
with you just see as the mood admittedly goes slightly a little bit sour as Mr. Witch and Mr. Light just kind of look at each other and say, "Burley, do make sure our guest is properly escorted off of the grounds, will you?" "You got it, boss. All right, Bird Girl, you're coming with me."
No, she's not.
I think it'd be best if we had followed her with us.
After all, we need to learn more about this hourglass coven that seems to be taking things from your guests. Now, I don't have concrete evidence of this, but could I take a stab in the dark and assume that coven includes Endelyn Moongrave, Gabitha Nightshade, and
No,
Bavona
wait,
Bladestraw?
wait, no, don't. Wait, what are you doing? No, please stop, stop. All right. We can't say, but please stop. What do you want? And then Kelsey just pipes up. Tell them how to get to Prismere. I know I can't go, but at least allow them to.
I mean, yeah, the lady tells it like it is.
We
Very
would like
well.
to reclaim what we've lost. Simple as that, really.
That's all I'm here for, really.
Mr. Witch and Mr. Light just kind of look at each other. If you do not speak about this to anyone, we promise you, we will show you how to get there. But at least allow us the ability to do it after we crown the monarch. Is that at least a fair enough agreement?
I think that's perfectly reasonable.
I do not care as
Why
long as you
not?
uphold your. I do not care as long as you uphold your bargain.
All right. But we must insist. For all the harm that she's done, she must at least leave the carnival. Can we agree to that?
Will your patron allow this? He is looking to Calstream.
Well, I don't know what she wants since I can't get a hold of her, so... Plus with the fact that I can't go with you into Prismere anyway, so... I'm probably as good as leaving here. Just promise you'll look into it for me, will you?
I can do this.
You know,
Yeah, I think that's fair.
why don't you wait outside the carnival for us? Maybe we can like catch up and exchange notes afterwards.
To be fair, Sola, I don't know how long we're gonna be here. It could be anywhere from 1 day to, God, I hope no more than like 3 months.
If we don't come back out, then do what you want, I guess, after tonight.
I mean, the carnival should only be going for a few hour. 30
It's approximately one more. It's approximately 1 more hour before the dawn comes, and with that, shall crown the monarch.
He will look at Calstream, release anything you have stolen back to the carnival, and then hopefully your patron will find you.
Look. As far as anything that I've stolen, I swear the only thing was Candlefoot's voice. Okay, I swear.
All those voices
And I gave it back.
So all those voices you've been using have been other people's.
She nods. And the majority of them have been in the voice you actually recognize as Candlefoot's voice, Sola.
Do you know what was up with the pig girl in Hall of Illusions?
Look, we can't say anything about that either. Just don't ask us anymore. We will get you into Prismere once we crown the monarch. Fair?
Fair.
All right. Well, please, Burley, see to it that Killstream is now removed properly, would you? All right, boss.
He's going to literally put another, like, again, not actively making an attack with it, but he's going to put a thorned hand on Burley. Make sure they are unharmed.
You got it, boss. As Burley just kind of looks at you, it's like, fine, I promise not to hurt her. All right, come along. All right, fine.
Sindara lets her go.
So, we're in agreement then. We'll forget that happened. We will honor our agreement once we crown the Monarch, the Witchlight Monarch, and we shall allow you to go into Prismere. And you may go and address Sabrina. Truth be told, we haven't heard from her in quite some time too. She's also our patron for the carnival.
Does that name sound familiar for anyone?
Can I roll or
Well, we
Oh,
already
yeah.
did. It was Kettle Steam's patron.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Then I already know.
Mhm.
For some
Can
reason, my
Rhodey
brain
think-
thought it was a J.
Brody think inside his mind? Nest, you have any idea who this patron is?
Nope, never heard of them.
Yeah, that figures. Figured I'd ask at least. How you doing on all this?
Well, this certainly sounds interesting. Getting to go into another part of the Feywild.
I'm not the only one that feels a little uneasy, though, am I?
Well, hopefully this is more fun than that other place I went to.
That's right. I did remember you telling me about going to a carnival in the past.
Yeah, this one's a more boring, I'll admit. I'm getting rather antsy, though.
Yeah, I know you want to fight. We'll try to find one, okay? Gotta get these people's trust first.
Alright. So, anything anybody else wants to resolve before we get to the crowning hour?
No, I think it's a good place to end it.
I did want to have Thump. I do apologize about all this nastiness, Mr. Witch, Mr. Light, but you know what they say, the truth shall set you free and all that.
Also, discretion is the better part of valor. As
course.
Mr. Light kind of chimes in.
Thump will put a finger on his snout. Of course, of course. Mum's the word.
Alright. As we fast forward an hour and ahead, everybody has been summoned to the big top once more. You hear the barker calling out as everybody files in. Step on up to see who will be crowned! The Witchlight Monarch! And as everybody comes in, the lights dim, and you see Mr. Light once more descending from the rafters on his hoop, and he'll take a rather courteous bow as he looks forward to the audience. I thank you all for once again making this Witchlight Carnival the most fun spectacle to be had in all the realms. But I could not have done this all alone, not even with my staff. I have to thank each and every one of you for all that you have done in order to make this fun. But there is one matter left to be addressed. As he waves his Witchlight vein in the air, and you see a small thread begin to emerge out of it. The winner of the person who has contributed most to the merriment of the Witchlight Carnival is... And you see as this ribbon begins to snake and dance around, it begins to touch your nose, Duff. Ah, yes, our fair dragon boyfriend, Duff! And the crowd just begins to erupt in applause as there's like a different halfling that's kind of set off to the side. You see here with butterfly wings, paintings on her face, and like a wreath of flowers and leaves around her neck. She just got go, "Aw, I had it this year."
He'll tip his hat to her. Better luck next year, I suppose.
Aw, but congratulations, though, really.
Thank you.
So, will our friend, please join us onto the stage. Come on down.
He will absolutely scurry to the stage front and center, hopping a little bit while on stage. Big old
And you
smile
see-
on his face.
And you see, as you approach, you see Mr. Witch and Duraludon begin to watch forward. You see he has a velvet box with a handle on it as he goes to grab it, and he goes to open it. As inside this box, have to double check what the crown itself looks like. Uh, Where is it? Hat box. It is a crown that is adorned with golden butterflies and like woven branches. As Mr. Rich goes to grab this, Mr. Light will go and grab it, and it says, "Behold, our Witchlight Monarch!" As he places it atop your head, you see various prestidigitation explosions pop up around you. Fanfare music begins to play out as you are thus ushered out to a caravan that has been parked conveniently outside the big top. And as you're placed upon the caravan, you are ceremoniously paraded around the Witchlight Carnival.
Dolph is having the time of his life. He's of course moved Dorman to his shoulder, so the crown and its prestidigitation fireworks don't bug him. And keeping his hat on his lap for the time being, unless he could fit the crown on top of the hat, but that seems like it'd be a bit too precarious.
Oh, fine. They'll see. It magically fits. It manages to expand just enough so that it actually goes over the top of your top hat.
It'll
So
be
it
the
adds
new
like a-
band. The band of the top hat. I love that.
And yeah, you see various tumblers begin to do various somersaults and cartwheels down the lanes as jugglers are juggling. Fire breathers are shooting off gouts of flame as is tradition. As you're paraded around, you're eventually brought back to in front of the big top, and then back into the staffing towards the edge of the staffing area. And as you finish up the parade, you now gain the following charm. Charm of the Monarch. You can sprout a pair of beautiful butterfly wings. As long as you have the wings, you gain a flight speed equal to your walking speed, and you gain a +5 bonus on all charisma-based ability checks. These effects will last for 1 hour. After you use this charm 3 times, it vanishes from you.
Could I get that typed out somewhere so I could just copy and paste it right in my notes?
Sure, I'll DM you. But yeah, as the parade is wrapped up, the crown actually disappears from your brow. As Mr. Light will just kind of lean in towards you. Make sure to gather your friends and meet us in front of the Hall of Illusions.
Sounds like a plan. We'll see you
Remember,
there.
mum's the word.
Of course. And Dumph will re-meet his friends and tell them the point where we're meeting with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light to get out of here.
That sounds like a plan. And she'll nudge Dom. Congratulations.
Thank you. It was everything I hoped it would be.
You hear a yawn from underneath your top hat. It was fun. Congratulations. Ah.
Yeah, I'm totally not jealous or anything.
Predicats is already walking to the Hall of Illusions.
He hasn't been told that yet.
Oh, I thought it.
No, I came by and
Oh,
told
okay.
everyone the meeting place.
All right. As you are brought over towards the Hall of Illusions, you do see Mr. Witch and Mr. Light in front of you as they beckon you into the Hall of Illusions.
Go in.
As Witch and Light move through the Hall of Illusions, the reflections in the mirrors show them as gloomy Shanarkai children, with your own youthful reflections following behind. Soon, they call you to a halt. The mirrors now reflect everyone's true age. Mr. Witch addresses you with a hushed tone. Everything you seek and more lies beyond this mirror. If you need to step through, then stand in front of the glass and repeat this rhyme. Hither, thither, here and there, wander yonder, show me where.
Bradycats literally steps up and hither, thither. I'm trying. That went by really fast.
Could you type it out in chat or Discord so we have somewhere to refer to it?
Oh yeah, I will type it in party notes.
I'm very tired and I am a very, very, very little brain right now.
Yeah, supposed to say.
I only remember the first part.
Hither, thither,
That's hard.
yonder.
That's all I remember. Hither,
Hither, yonder vine.
There it is.
Hither,
Hither,
thither, here and there,
Yeah,
wander
okay.
yonder, show me where.
Yeah, Bradycats
Okay.
would just be hither, thither, here and there, wander yonder, show me where, and just immediately walking through this mirror.
Mist swirls in the mirror, blotting out your reflection. And do you step through the mirror?
I said as soon as it changed, he was walking through. This, gotta remember, my man is point A to point B.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, you wander through the mirror.
I'll go next.
All
Hither,
right.
thither, here and there, wander yonder, show me where.
You see that as the portal in the mirror has still been lit this whole time.
Well, I
Oh.
wanted to say the rhyme anyway. He'll wander through after giving a bow to Mr. Witch, Mr. Light. Hat off. Thank you for a lovely time, gentlemen.
They courtly bow to you. Mr. Witch looks a little more begrudgingly about this, but Mr. Light still manages to look slightly more chipper.
He will wander through the portal.
All right. Who's next?
Wander through.
All right.
I'll wander through next.
All right. So now you're the next to go through. That
Brody
means-
goes in, and right before, though, he says in Mr. Witch's voice, "We shall meet again, shall we?" And he
The
just
mirror
winks.
is a one-way portal. Once you arrive at Prismy, you must find your own way back into this world.
This isn't the first time I've fallen into the Feywild. See you on the other side.
All right. And as
He's- I'm
as
gonna
you
say
go
this,
through the portal, Rudy. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say this above game, he's perfectly mimicking Mr. Witch's voice. Just he doesn't have he can't steal the voices like the other Keku could, but he can still mimic them perfectly.
All right. And as Rudy goes through the portal, Vexa, as you're the last one to stand before the portal, mind the rule of 3. Future, present, past. Find the alicorn and free the dormant queen at last.
She will raise an eyebrow at this. Understood. It has been a pleasure, gentlemen. For what it's worth, your carnival has been very entertaining. And she will give a bow and step through.
All right. And as you manage to follow your way through this looking glass, you eventually find yourself on solid ground. You stand at the edge of a raised and broken causeway under a hazy twilight sky. The causeway, which is built from pale stones that glow faintly from within, towers over the surrounding landscape, but large sections of it have crumbled away. The parts that remain in place are separated by large gaps where portions have collapsed. A fog-shrouded swamp spreads out below you in all directions, and up from its murk wafts the smell of rotting plants. Also rising from the swamp is the music of nature, a discordant symphony of croaking frogs and singing birds. And I'm going to go ahead and bring you over to this map.
Oh.
Ooh.
Also, what them birds say and what them frogs say.
Right.
I have put you in this hell mill. I'm sorry, but
Technically, we both did. Because I can speak with them too.
You hear?
well, no, you can speak the big ones.
hungry.
I can speak to any animal.
You hear the frogs crying out, "Hey, what's up? I'm over here. I'm over here too. Are there any good frog women over there?"
Bud. Boys.
Give me a second.
That was my first thought too.
Sorry, I tried to make a frog noise, which is just him going, "Where are we?"
You hear a hither. They call this hither. And Vexa, as you arrive and you get a better look at the scene with your impressive passive perception, in the distant sky, you spot a great balloon made of patchwork material. It spins out of control as though punctured, causing the wicker basket that hangs from it to swing wildly. The balloon plunges out of sight, disappearing into the fog approximately a mile away. And with that, as you kind of gaze out over this messy land that you have now arrived in, as you have found your way into Prismere, that's where we're going to call our session for tonight.
I'd like to just point out one thing, just because I'm a ship poster. One of the last things posted as we entered this area was Ribbits in bio.
There we go. That's
Thank you, Bubba. As always, you are one of the best people to have as a mod.
That's fantastic.
Also, I'm going to do it now because I forgot to do it last time. So, also, quote of the session, there are too many mating rituals happening here.
I will just save this. Vez is right at home now.
That said,
And
oh, go ahead.
I completely forgot, as all of you one by one begin to fly your way into here, I have to double check notes real quick.
I think I know what you're going to tell us because you mentioned it earlier.
please say what I think you're gonna say.
Worms, story tracker.
I would say Miller.
Sidara.
Oh,
Sidara, as you find yourself on solid ground, you find yourself having this very strong, powerful itch right at the just below your neck, between your shoulder blades, just out of reach. It is like the strongest scratching that you could, or itch you possibly have. You get the sense that perhaps your lost fashion might be here.
I did happen to notice something that looked like one of the hag's huts nearby.
okay. That said, though, we probably have a few things to do behind the scenes. So how about we start doing around the horn because at least two of us have to go to bed.
Yes, I'm so sleepy.
So, Caitlin,
Actually,
you go first, and then just pick someone else. I'll be right back.
Alright. Hello, I'm Caitlin C37. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter and Blue Sky, Caitlin C37, where I do art. Commissions are open. So if y'all want anything, you can find my stuff there. Deluna, go.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna
'Cause I also have to go to bed.
Yep, I'm
Find me
passing
on
out.
Twitter at Dylan1338. Find me on Twitch, YouTube, and Blue Sky at Dylan13. Find me on Grego's channel on Thursday for Kingdom Hearts 3. Next week, find me again on his channel for games. And I'm tired. I'm sorry. Drago, since I meant you go. Have a good night, everybody.
All right. Hey everyone, you can find me on Twitter as Draco D Magnius. You can find me on Blue Sky as Draco Magnius. You can find me here on Twitch as Draco_Magnius. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays. Monday, catch me doing Crosscode New Home. We've just started. We've gotten to the newest area, the archipelago, where that means we're going to be doing a beach episode. So there's that. Although I don't know if they're going to be bikinis or games or anything, but there will be fighting monsters on a beach. Tuesday first. Next Tuesday, you can find me and a bunch of other people as we do party games on Tuesdays when we're not doing this. Wednesday, you can catch me playing Wind Waker HD. We're about to try and get our third pearl of the set. But before we do that, we're gonna, come on in, see how the people of Outcast Island are doing. I hope Grandma hasn't been worrying about us too much. Anyway, Thursday, like Luna said, you can catch me and him while we go through Kingdom Hearts 3. We're about to head on over to Twilight Town, but we're probably gonna, fuck around in subspace for a little bit, grabbing all the treasure that I can around there, because there's giant golden planets with them. And last but certainly not least, on Friday, you can catch myself, Royal Hoshi, and a bunch of other of our friends as they go through Odyssey at Rhapsody of Fire. Our friends are about to tackle the 3 Nether Titans that are left, and whatever else might attack them in the interim. It's going to be a hell of a fight. But with that said and done, Milla, go.
Hi. Thanks for joining us for our session. Twitter, Middle Ninja Nerd. Twitch, Middle Ninja. Follow me with stuff here, and maybe if I eventually get the free time to do streams. Also twitch.tv/Jake, where I set through Trials of Eidos, Legacy of the Dealbreakers Volume 2. That's it for me. Hoshi, you next, go.
You can find me on Twitch and Blue Sky as Royal Hoshi. You can also find me here on Tuesdays playing Sindara. And also, you can find me on Friday on Draco's channel playing Luna and returning Tarla. Surprisingly, we killed the behemoth so fast too, but that's it for me. Chaco.
So, I'm Choco. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Blue Sky. Choco Zombie 101. Next week, there's actually going to be 2 games releasing. We'll be getting both the new Sandland game as well as Stellar Blade, and I'm going to try to, if I have the ability, pick up both of them and stream both of them. So we'll see when that happens. Also, you can find me here on Tuesdays playing Vesca. You can find me earlier on Tuesdays along with Deluna for Power Ranger Cyber Strike on twitch.tv/Twitch schedules permitting. You can also find me on every other Tuesday on Draco's channel when we do party games. You can find me and Deluna on Friday night Flashbang on a wrestling e-fed on twitch.tv/Edward Bosco, where we will be soon having our next pay-per-view breakdown. So go ahead and tune in then. Somebody else go.
I think it's just me. Hey, you already found me here at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Blue Sky at BurnoutVaughn, and on Patreon at Burnout's Bar. I already did my schedule. People know where to find me. It's time to raid, and I see Distortion Devil on, so we're going to head over there. What should our raid message be?
He's
Well,
playing
honestly,
Conquest
what
Last
was the
Argument
word?
King, so, I don't know.
Honestly, I was just thinking Ribbit in the bio.
Ribbit in bio.
Yeah,
You know,
Ribbit
Ribbit
in
in
bio, yes.
That works. Okay. Thank you all for coming out. We will see you all again in 2 weeks' time, and it's not giving me the option to click on raid, so let me make sure he's still
That's
online. There it is now. Okay. Yep, so Ribbit in the bio. Thank you all for coming out. We love you. Bye-bye.
Good
night,
night.
everybody.
Bye bye.